Okay, we're live again, despite what the chat widget says, right? Yes, we're live again on YouTube, and we're live again on Twitch. Sorry to Song, and I'm sorry to everyone. Yeah, fuck me. Yeah, rip stream. Yeah, I know, buddy. Hope I see you again. Yeah, my cats messed with the fucking internet cable or something. I don't know. Couldn't tell. But yeah, hopefully someone is going again. Wait, what the fuck? What now? Is it like slow or should be up? Kick should be up right now. What the fuck is this? Am I not live on Kick? Wait. Hold on. Yeah, I am live. Okay, fine. Fuck me. Yeah, I am live on Kick. Okay. Okay, we are live on Twitch, on Kick, on YouTube. Yeah. Pro tip to everybody, don't let your cat fight on the Ethernet cable, you know? Not, I don't know what it's like. Wait, hold on. Let me, yeah, you do you, buddy. Hold on. Yep, okay. Now chat is okay. Cool. If I still have any viewers, we should be good to go. Sorry, guys. I actually have no idea what they did. But now we're good, so yeah. Yep, YouTube Live. It's that time of day where when they have like the zoomies and stuff. So yeah, all right. Sorry, we were at Costa Rica and Greenland. Chile. Oh my God! Fuck me. Stop. Stop. Okay, never mind. Costa Rica. Panama is on the other side, right? Yeah. Okay. So we wanted to go with Honduras, right? Maybe. Guatemala. Okay, we're still missing something here. I'm not sure what. Costa Rica. It's not El Salvador, right? Yeah, and Panama is on the other side. It's like right here and then Colombia. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? You know what? Let's do all the other stuff. So let's go with Mexico, just so we can log this one out. You know, US of A. Let's go, and then Canada. Okay. All right. So we're good to go, right? We're good to go on everything besides this small patch of land, which I can't, for the life of me. I mean, little by little, I can quite memorize which is which and where, but I can't remember right now. So this is going to sound dumb, but I remember there's like maybe two countries here that used to, or like maybe another one used to be at war with each other a long time ago. Like wait, so Honduras. As embarrassing as it is, I like to sing like I like to sing the country song, like the Animaniacs country song. Every time I can't remember where or what's the name of a country, so I go United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti. Wait, no, Panama. We just said Haiti, Jamaica, Peru. So not here. Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador too. So I think El Salvador won't help us, but we can go ahead and try. Yeah, it doesn't. Uh, wait, what's the Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still. And then I can't remember by heart, but it does help to sing it, you know. Uh, God damn it! Fuck! God damn it! It's not Ecuador, right? Honduras. Like we did it before. Why I can't remember here. We did Guatemala, we did Mexico, we did Honduras, we did even El Salvador. Fuck me. Do we want to go for the hints? No, the next country's outline won't help me. I don't remember their outlines at all. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put Panama. Just I know it's wrong, but just yeah, I know. Honduras. It's not Ecuador, right? Oh, god damn it. God damn it. You know what? Let's put Ecuador. Just Aqua. How do you write Ecuador? Let's go with door and then, yeah, Ecuador. Fine. Yeah, it's not here. I know. Yeah. You know what? Let's just waste our guesses. Let's just waste our guesses. Let's go with Colombia. Just so I can be sure. And then fucking Brazil. I don't know. Let's go with Brazil. All right. So, wait, I have another guess. So let's go with Venezuela. Venezuela. Cool. What was the Nicaragua? Fuck me. God damn it. Fuck. Jesus. South Africa to Sierra Leone. Oh, great. Another one. Fuck me. Oh, great. West African countries. God damn. Uh, to be fair, like the only African countries I can actually put it on the map are like all the edges. So like South Africa, and then the northern ones, maybe the eastern, like Ethiopia and Sudan and stuff, and Somalia. But after that, I'm quite lost. So let's put, I don't know, Nigeria. I think is right, right? No, it's not. I mean, it might be, right? Because Africa has like this shape to it, you know? Is Niger nearby? No. Uh, well, how about Cameroon? Okay. All right. Fuck this. God damn it. Just a second, guys. Ah, god damn it. What is this? Sierra Leone. Wait, it's Gabon? Maybe? No. Fuck. God damn it. Wait. I. You know what? Guinea-Bissau. Fuck. Let's go with another G. The Gambia. You know? Fuck. Wait, Liberia? Liberia. Finally. Finally, a country that borders whatever I wanted to put here. Uh, it's not Mauritania, right? How many guesses? Oh my god. But I want to know the answers though. You know what? Let's go with TPR Congo. I know it's wrong. Wait. Okay, Kenya. We established that it's here on the different round. So, what countries am I missing here? And the other Congo is right here, right? So Kenya is right over here. The other Congo is here. Not sure what I'm missing here. We put Cameroon, we put Nigeria, Gabon, Liberia. Let's put some A, Anguilla. You know what? Might be right though. No, not even close. Okay, you know what? Let's learn it. So I'm going to put just randoms, you know. Let's put Uganda. Not even close, right? Uganda, can't remember. Uganda, and then Kenya. Okay, and then Sudan, and then South Sudan. Okay, and then Somalia. Yes. Okay. All right. What was the? Okay. All right. So Liberia, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ivory Coast. Right. Fuck me. Ghana. Huh? Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Cameroon, Republic. Wait. Oh God, fuck me, dude. I thought that the other Congo, like the Republic of Congo, was all the way over here, and it wasn't. Angola. Wait, I went with I went with something stupid. I went with Anguilla. Okay, never mind. If I was to go with Angola, I was kind of right though. And Namibia. Cool, awesome. Nepal to Iraq. Okay. This is going to be fine, like Iran, Afghanistan, right? And India. Okay. This one is easy, right? Yeah. Mongolia to Syria. This one is not really challenging. Russia. Russia is going to, yeah, help us a lot actually. Russia, then is it Georgia or Armenia? Georgia, I think. Yeah. Then wait, Georgia and then Turkey, right? Boom, nailed it. Chad to Namibia. Chad to Namibia. To Gambia, sorry. Chad to Gambia. All right. I'm not really sure where are we on the African continent. Let's go with the DPR Congo. No, all right. Yeah, all right, fine. So we need to go with, I think Liberia, right? No, not quite. When we played it before, with the Cameroon one was here, right? Fuck this. Fuck this, actually. What is Chad bordering? What is this? Like not Liberia. Libya, right? Is it? I mean, doesn't really matter, but yes. All right. Fine. All right. All right. I think I know where we are. So you know what? Let's go with Libya, and then with God, fuck me, Morocco. How to write Morocco? Yeah, Morocco. Okay. God, Algeria. Sorry, Algeria. Okay. Like 2 days ago when I played it, I had something like this. I forget what I need to put here. Mauritania? Mauritania, I think. Huh? Ooh, I'm close. Really close. Yeah, well, you know what? Namibia. All right, lost it. Cool, awesome. Senegal. Fuck me. No way to Andorra. Andorra is like a microstate on the French Spain French-Spanish border, right? So wait, do I have to go all the way around? I always get confused with that. So let's put Finland. Okay, let's put Estonia. Wait, I only need Russia, right? Russia. Yeah, Russia is massive. I only need Russia. Then Lithuania. Or the other way around, sorry, yeah. And Lithuania and Latvia. Wait, do I? Oh, fuck, I don't have any countries left. Poland, Germany, France. Cool. Liechtenstein to Latvia. Okay, fine. Germany, Poland. Lithuania. Lithuania. Oh, wait. Wait, what? I didn't remember that. I'm going to sound retarded, but are we sure that Liechtenstein is here? What am I confusing? I'm confused with something else. With some micronation here that I can't remember. So what? Switzerland. Okay, cool, awesome. Ah, wait, yeah, it's not a micronation, but yeah, I was confused with Luxembourg. Okay, cool. Portugal to Kosovo. Ah, fine. Spain. This is going to be France. Did I have to go France? France. The easy way around is Germany, I think, right? I should have gone with Switzerland, to be honest. Okay, let's go with Austria, sorry. And then with Hungary. And then with Bulgaria? Not even close, right? Yeah, not even close. Cool, awesome. Is it Serbia? Yep, let's go. Spain to Belarus. Okay, France, Germany. Cool. And then Poland. Yeah, this is easy. Andorra to Montenegro. Ooh. Okay, France. Italy? Italy? Yeah, I think Italy is the best one. Bosnia? And Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yeah, I'm thinking of a country here. Can't remember which one it is. Um, Serbia, we just established that it's here, then Kosovo, then there's Croatia, I think. No, not Costa Rica. Croatia. Okay. All right. It's the country I was thinking about, but okay. And here is supposed to be Austria? Nah. Really? Ah, fuck me. What is this? Croatia, Serbia. Is it Slovakia? Maybe Slovenia? No, let's go with Slovakia. Nope. How about Slovenia? Yes. Okay. Okay. Little by little, we're going to learn Eastern Europe, the Balkans. Zimbabwe to Guinea-Bissau. Oh, god damn it. Fuck me. Zimbabwe is here is South Africa, right? So let's go with our beloved DPR Congo, which is not close enough. Wait. Ah, fuck me. Okay, let's go with the other Congo. Okay. Zimbabwe. I remember there was Zanzibar. No, Zanzibar was. Is it Zambia? Yeah, I think it's Zambia. Yes. All right. We're learning. Okay, we're learning. Cool. Awesome. Let's go. Guinea-Bissau. It's quite north, right? It's kind of underneath. I think it's not bordering, but it's underneath Morocco or something. All right. Congo, Republic of Congo. Should I go again with like the Nigeria one? Okay. How about Mali? Okay. How about Mauritania? How do you write it? Thania. No. Let's go with Nia. Oh, Mauritania. Okay. Not quite actually. Wait, so this is Libya, right? This is Libya, then Egypt. Okay. This is supposed to be what? Nigeria. Let's go with Liberia. Okay, not close. I keep forgetting that Nigeria and Liberia aren't really close. They just sound the same. Wait, is Niger helping us? Niger. Kinda. Guinea-Bissau. Fuck this. How many guesses? Oh, wow. We have 4 guesses left. Okay. Republic of Congo. What is there to connect us? Is there something that I know that can connect it? So, Libya is here. Is Sudan or South Sudan going to help me? I wish, right? No. Okay. Not really. Nigeria, Niger, Mali, Mauritania. Let's go with Gabon. It's not really helping us. There's something else that we did just a couple rounds ago. What was it? Gambia? Gabon? Let's go with Senegal. Okay, wait. Hey, Senegal is helping us. We just need to figure out what's here. Okay. We did Cameroon before. Is it going to help us? Cameroon. Yes! Hey! Let's go! We did an African one. I mean, it wasn't really successful, but I got one. Yeah. All right. All right. Portugal to Albania. All right. Fine. Spain. Okay. To France. Do I need France? Yeah, I need France. Okay. I need France. Then I think Italy is enough. Italy. Okay. Then we have Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay. Oof. Wait, let's do something. Kosovo. Wait, what? Kosovo. Excuse me? Bosnia. Bosnia and Croatia. Okay. We did a Slovenia. Okay. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Serbia is not going to help us, is it? Is it Montenegro? Yeah, it's Montenegro, right? Yes. Okay. Serbia. I wrote Kosovo with a C. Fuck. It wouldn't help me, but yeah, I remember something about like it's the whole thing with Kosovo and stuff, so I remember it being close to Albania. So yeah. Song, if you're still here, drop in the chat, let me know. Sorry about before. My cat fucked the stream up. Sorry. It was fun chatting with you though. Excuse me. Republic of Congo to Ivory Coast. Okay. All right. So, okay, Ivory Coast. Let's go with Nigeria, our favorite, right? Nigeria. Okay. Did I go with Cameroon? Yes. All right. Ivory Coast. What is there? Liberia is right over here. So it can't be. Sorry. Ivory Coast. Wait, what am I missing here? Nigeria, Ivory Coast. Liberia is right over here, right? Okay. Nigeria. We did Cameroon. We did Ivory Coast. What did we do before here? Like, what? Wait, what was it? Mali? Right. Okay. How about Mauritania? What did we do before? Mauritania. Ah, fuck no. God damn it. Nigeria. Ah, wait. Niger. Okay, okay, okay. There was a closest way, obviously. Closer way. Benin, Togo, and Ghana. Burkina Faso. Okay. Ghana, Togo, Benin, Togo, Ghana. Ivory Coast, Liberia, Sierra Leone. I was right though. All right. I'll take this W. United Kingdom to Montenegro. Okay. France. Okay. Switzerland. I think we need Switzerland, right? Switzerland. Okay. We can go with Croatia. And then with Slovakia. Is it Slovenia or Slovakia? Fuck, I think it's Slovakia. Wait, what? No. Slovenia. Okay. Do I need to go Italy? Really? Italy. I was trying to do like a Switzerland to Montenegro kind of thing, but wait, we lucked out here. That's clutch, right? Cool. Paraguay to Panama. Okay, let's go with Brazil. Okay, Colombia. Boom. Nailed it. Let's go. Lesotho to Equatorial Guinea. Oh, fuck this. Okay. Lesotho, we need South Africa, right? Okay. Then we need DPR, our favorite. Sorry, DPR. Ah, wait, no. But we can go with the other Congo, right? Congo. Ah, fuck me, dude. God damn it. Let's go with. I mean, it still says that it's close, so it might be okay here. Am I thinking of Angola? Is Angola enough? Close enough, okay. What's the name of the country here? I can't remember. Let's go. Mali, Malta, Macau, Monaco, Malawi, Mexico, Morocco, Madeira, Myanmar. It's not Mauritius, right? Mozambique, Madagascar, Martinique, Montenegro, Saint Martin, Oman. Let's go with not Zambia. Zambia? No. What am I thinking of? Like the country here? Tanzania? No. Thinking of a country right here, which I can't remember. Why can't I remember? I remember Angola. I remember. There's another one here. You know what? Let's go with Mauritius or something. Wait. Okay, not even close. Okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, is Nigeria gonna work here? Nope. Okay. Equatorial Guinea. Is Guinea-Bissau nearby? No. No, fuck. Equatorial Guinea near Nigeria. Liberia is right over here. Niger is right over here. What am I missing here? Or here, probably, but I can't remember right now. Also, there's another country here. Oh, wait, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is here. Yes, okay. I'm still missing a lot of stuff here. And I don't have... Okay, cool. Zimbabwe. How about Botswana? Huh? Wait, no way. No way. No way, I can't believe it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's go with Mali or something. I know it's not right, but yeah. Okay, so Namibia. Okay, Namibia, Zambia, Mozambique. I need to remember, I always confused, I can't tell you why, but I need to remember that Mozambique is really big and it's on the eastern coast of the of Africa. And I need to remember that it's not the same as Madagascar. Like I know that Madagascar is like an island, but for some reason I always confuse the two. Right? Zambia, Mozambique, cool. Namibia, all right, and here, Gabon, Cameroon. Fuck me, Cameroon. Okay, Cameroon. Namibia, Cameroon, Central African Republic. Ooh, that's useful. Chad. Yeah, we should have gone with Chad. United States of America to Costa Rica. Mexico. Okay, wait. Okay, Mexico, Guatemala, Nicaragua. Guatemala. It's not El Salvador, right? Honduras, right? Honduras. Boom. Yeah. Okay. Kosovo to Spain. Okay. Croatia. Okay. It's not. Okay, so let's go with Bosnia. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Ah, fuck. Why I always confuse them? All right, let's go with Albania. I mean, it's still right, but no. No. Fuck this. Kosovo, Albania. Do we need to go with Serbia? Okay, cool, awesome. Slovenia. Okay. Italy. France. Yeah, because Italy and Croatia don't touch. Okay, okay, cool. Cool. Suriname to Canada. Wait. Uh, is that it's a South African, South American country, right? Yeah, South Africa. Ah, god damn it, US. God damn it, this is going to be a crazy one. Okay, United States, Mexico. Okay, Guatemala, Honduras. Okay, Costa Rica. Oh, no, 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 no. Costa Rica. Yes, okay. Wait. All right, let's go with Panama. I know we're missing here. Let's go with Colombia. Let's go with oh my God, Venezuela. Oh wait, fuck me. Is it French Guiana? French. No, it's the other side. Fuck. Wait, I think about something else. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what. Honduras, Costa Rica, El Salvador is here somewhere, probably. Okay. You know what? We'll do the cock thing. We'll go with Brazil. We'll do the Brazil shit. Yeah. Okay. Now we're talking. I can't remember which one it is, but we'll do this one. And here, for some reason, I can't remember what I need to put here. Okay. Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras. Honduras we put in. It's not El Salvador, is it? Salvador. No, it doesn't help us. Where's El Salvador? Here, right. I always forget that El Salvador doesn't help us. Costa Rica. Guatemala. Wait, Ecuador? No. No, it's not here. Where's Ecuador? Here. Why? Why do I always do that? Right, we might do a couple more rounds of this and then we move to, I don't know, Time Guesser or something else that isn't this. Okay, Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico. Yo, fuck me. Am I having a blackout? Honduras. I put Panama. I put Costa Rica. Wow, fuck me, actually. We did so many Central American stuff and I can't even remember which one it is. Sorry. Hey Song, what's up? Thank you for following, man. Not actually. There's someone else, I think, that is the first follower, but I think you're the first engaged follower, to be perfectly honest. I think you are. You might be. Wait. You know what? Let's see. Yeah, yeah, man. I thought that it could be a bot follower, to be honest, but I think it's not. I saw that it got like the other my other follower, he got created in like wait, um, I'm watching myself just a second. He got created in 2019, I think. So wait, who's that? Oh my God! God damn it! Yeah, there's someone who followed 5 days ago. Their profile was created 10. Yeah, they mass create them years ago and wait to use them. Fair. Yeah, fair. But yeah, you're my first follower for now. So yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. By the way, if you want to come and chat, you're more than welcome. There's a yeah, first confirmed human. I mean, how do I know that? Yeah, how do I know that you're a human? What I was about to say that if you want to chat on Discord, you're more than welcome. The link is in the whatever, you know. How do I know if you're real AI video? I mean, would an AI really smoke on stream? AI can't smoke. It's not PG. Yeah. Buddy, do you know like what is the what is the country that I'm missing here? The year is 2020. The year is 2034. Viewers ask streamers to do random cartwheels and make random noises to prove they're real. Yeah, man. I mean, AI. I think AI can do cartwheels now. Uh, it's not really a thing. It's not really a thing that AIs can do. But what you want AIs to do is to do something. Yeah, AI video is pretty good. Yeah, I know. I'm an actually like my name is DOP, so director of photography. I'm an I'm getting fucked by AI as we speak right now. So yeah, I'm quite aware of AI video and how good it is. But I mean, for most people, it's good. For most people, it's like is a good one. I think it will wrap around and be good for human artists. Human create stuff will be premium soon. I hope so. I hope so. Maybe I'm quite how do you say God, I forgot the word. Like ambivalent. No, it's not the correct word. But I'm trying to be not you know what a Luddite is, like someone who rejects. No, not overwhelmed. No, there's something. Uh, someone who like I'm like the meme. I like the meme of the nothing ever happens meme. You know that one? I forgot the philosophy word to it. Yeah, you are coping. Exactly, exactly. I'm coping. Exactly. I am coping. That's a good one. Yeah, it's just that you don't know what happened. You don't know what would happen. So from what I'm seeing from the industry and stuff, it's like AI is not really there yet, you know, but it will be probably. But the thing is that there's a big correlation. Artists haven't done. Yeah, exactly. This is what I wanted to say. Like there's a good correlation between bad artists and people that use AI. So the stuff that gets made with AI is really bad, but not really technically bad, but story wise bad, art like artistry wise bad. So when you watch like AI bros on Twitter when they go, Hollywood is doomed, man. We need to. Hollywood is doomed. It's finished. And you watch it, and it's the biggest dog shit ever made. It's because they're not real artists. It's not because it doesn't look good. Most people are using these tools as basically tech demo. Exactly. Yeah. So the correlation between people who use AI and are like very excited about AI and people, yeah, and people who don't know how to make good things, good art, good videography, whatever, is really there. Sorry. Um, yeah, it's I actually thought about like not really getting into AI, but doing. I mean, there are exceptions. Some avant-garde person who wants to make something weird with AI. I notice these kind of people never get hated. I have quite an example of that. Hold on just a second. Instagram. I have someone I follow who I know is quite good artist. Something, right? Wait. Why? Hold on. Nobody gets mad if you're actually trying to make something original. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm not from the anti AI crowd. I don't really subscribe to the cringe. It's wastewater and anti uh, technology stuff, which I'm quite fond of technology actually. So yeah, but exactly. I just noticed they don't usually care about the anecdotal avant-garde. What do you mean by that? It might be a language barrier here on my side, but I'm not sure what do you mean by that. Hold on, I'm trying to see how to connect my fucking Instagram. I want to watch something. There's some artists, there's a very few people using AI to make something truly unique. Exactly. Yeah, this is what we're, yeah. Thank you. Um, Hold on. You know what? I'll just search his profile. Wait, but we can't watch it. Log in with Facebook. How do you log into Instagram? But if I don't remember the password, and the password is probably the incorrect one, is saved on my Mac because it says that it's not the real one. I don't know. Yeah. Do you use Mac though? I found it quite funny that I'm probably one of the only streamers who stream from Mac, which I thought it's quite a unique thing. Uh, Wait, how do I log in? You know what? Let's log in with Facebook or something. Let's do the cringe shit. Let's do the cringe shit. Will it log in? Will it log in? Come on. Come on. Great. Verification code. Yeah, yes. Yes, okay. Will it work though? Yeah, I have trust in this. Oh my god, guys, we're logging into the Pentagon. Guys, this is serious. Fuck me. Oh my god, wait. Check your WhatsApp messages. Sorry. All of this just to watch some AI slop, you know? It's not really slop, but it's we're going to cope together how AI looks. Just a second. Save info. Yes. Oh my god. Not now. Thank you. Okay. Cool. How do I find this one? How do I find him? His name is Misha, I think. Yes. Okay. My opinion on AI is that I only care if it is something original. The fact that it's so rare is an indication that AI might not be the wonder to people call it. Exactly. Yeah. Wait, I wanted to watch something. There's this guy. Let me see if I can. Oh no! Wait, dropped in on the. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Yep. Exactly. So there's this guy who uses Higgs field AI. It kind of made me wonder if I wanted to delve into this stuff, like to learn more about how to use AI. So he used to be, or still is, like I wouldn't say video, but maybe photography artist kind of. If you know Little Big, he used to do some stuff with them. Le funny memes. Yeah, I'm not a big. I obviously I love memes very much, but I'm not a good memer, which is a shame. Are you, by the way, just as a quick one, are you a native English speaker or are you like somewhere else? You don't have to specify when, where, just here you can see like this one is AI. So this is made with American imperialist here. Ah, hell yeah. Let's go, bro. I wish not to get into politics here, which by the way my bio says that I do get into politics, but I do wish that America was would conquer like here Israel. So I wish that Israel was the 51st state. Yeah, I do. We would be much better off. Honestly, I wish I had an American citizenship. So this is all right. So this is slop, okay? Like you'll have to compete with Cuba or Venezuela. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hear me out. Hear me out. Like our GDP is much bigger, I think, than both Cuba and Venezuela combined. I think. So, I mean, it's not really a competition, but we are on the other side of the world, so it is what it is. But you still have Hawaii and Alaska. I mean, Alaska is not is in the same fuck continent. Yeah, continent. Yeah, what I wanted the reason nobody in Venezuela would want to join U.S. says just this actually said, and I'm like, yeah, they would. Yeah, I mean, everybody here is going like, do we want to be the 51st American state? And every time I'm like, yeah, I would, I would like to be an American. Like, I would like to get protected by the all the by the American Constitution. Who wouldn't? It's just for monetary benefits alone. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to be an American? Everybody's coping is seething, man. Everybody. I'm not actually. I actually believe this. Like, it's not a meme. I actually want to be an American. This is why. I mean, I'm not LARPing because I'm not an American, but I do maybe someday want to be an American. But yeah. So this what we were talking before. This guy he's doing some AI stuff. This is AI. All of it is AI. This is used with Higgs field or something like that, which is pretty good. I mean, it has a unique feel to it, obviously. Definitely trying. Definitely trying what? To be an American? Or is he definitely trying? I'm not sure what you mean. This is real, I think, right? But he does a lot of stuff which is AI. The reason I asked you before if you're an American or not, it connected to your meme thing. It's because like if you weren't like if your mother tongue wasn't American, you'd understand what I'm saying. But everyone who speaks English as look up Ellen Resnick. Where on Instagram or on like whatever. He had my favorite AI video. YouTube. Okay, let's go. Anyway, whoever speaks English as a second language would understand is that like you're actually much more fluent, obviously, but much more funny on Alan Resnick. Okay. Alan Resnick. Yeah, I wrote it correctly, right? So we go to his YouTube channel. Hey, here's the AI. Let's go. Let's ban it. Okay. Buddy, the AI caught us. The AI caught us. Okay, wait. Videos. Alan Resnick is a small, like a tiny little. What the fuck? He has a very smooth featureless face. Okay. Cool. Wait, so everything here is AI? No. Just the DALL-E video. DALL-E 2, like this one? AI variant animation. Which one should I watch? I'll go with this one. Okay. Other one is better. Wait. This is quite moving, to be honest. Alright, let's see. Very hypnotizing. Like, actually. You can actually wait, where no, on the in the end. Let's wait for it to end. Okay, awesome. You can actually see first photo in the video was the first photo ever. Yeah, I think you're right. We actually learned about it. I didn't recognize, but I did recognize what I was about to say. Sorry, is that you can actually see what the model or the thing was trained on. So where was it? There was here somewhere, like this thing, or maybe it's just my brain, But it kind of reminded me of yeah, here, of the Instagram app or the other stuff. And that's the only AI video on YouTube I honestly consider pretty good. It is good. I'll give you that. It is good. It is really good. It is like video art. It's not like it's what I consider like actually video art. I did video art once, but yeah, video art or performance or stuff like that is supposed to be like very like this. So I get what you're saying about like the avant-garde stuff. So yeah, but um, it's actually is like I was getting like my concern is about like I don't know, movies and stuff, stuff that goes like no, I mean this isn't for everybody. Like video art isn't for everybody. Not everybody likes to watch. No, this is a video that I would be happy or I would expect to see on in like a gallery setting, where you go to a museum and stuff, and you see like a big screen or a small screen, and this is what there is, even with the sound. So yeah, that's the yeah. This is pretty good. I wasn't aware of it, but I could see like what it was trained on. Like where was it? Plot was kind of incomprehensive. I mean, there isn't any plot. In my opinion, and I'm a plot cock. I like plots. I don't like stuff without plots. But this isn't supposed to have. This doesn't have. God damn it! It doesn't have to have any plots, any plot. Like this is what I expect from a video art. He was a talking car. Like this looks like Apple commercial material, like their stuff looks pretty. How do you say the liquid glass stuff? Maybe not liquid glass, but it has Apple commercial assets all over it. Looks really Apple-y. 3 years ago, damn. So what do you usually watch, Song? Like what streamers, what YouTube stuff? What's your, like you saw, I'm a pretty geography language nerd, so I guess you are too. So what is your like what are your subscriptions? Right now usually history stuff, but I have huge collection of weird artsy videos. Man, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. I don't have a huge collection of artsy stuff because I don't consider myself artsy. I consider myself an artist, but I don't consider myself artsy, which I feel like it's a good distinction. But I do watch a lot of. Your country doesn't have that many people that make these kind of videos. I looked a little. What kind of videos? Like my video, like streams, or these kind of videos, like AI kind of videos? Yeah, videos like this. Um, yeah, everybody here is. Israel is a very. You could say this about America also, but America has like, I don't know, 300, no 300%, 3,000% more. Like I don't know, like 30. fuck me, god damn it. We have like 10 million people. You have like 350 million, right? So yeah, the population is very small. This is why I wanted to stream in English. It's just not really, it's not really a thing here. And also, yeah, the population of Hebrew speakers around the world is like at best 15 to 20 million, and I'm like very generous. It includes like people who only pray in Hebrew, like they don't consume streams in Hebrew, and I don't game. I don't. It's not. I mean, you could say that this is gaming, but it's not. I don't game. I never was a gamer. It's not really my thing. So yeah. So because the population here is so small, and the thing that I like to do and watch are kind of niche to what I do, I decided to do it in English, just so I can meet people like you. Yeah. History-wise, I like. This is a really. There are a lot of people that make interesting short films or animated films. Here, yeah, like all around the world, yeah, but here also like there's a lot of good art that comes from here. Like I know that, but not there. Animation student. Wait, so this is like something you actually look for? You actually look for stuff like that? I don't get. I it's not like a mean thing. I'm actually asking. That's cool. That's actually cool. Um, my buddy and I wanted to, how do you say, like, not enlist. Enlist sounds weird, but we wanted to compete. He got spooked. I don't know why, but my buddy and I wanted to go to go to a competition not to enlist, to fuck. What's the word I'm looking for, buddy? Instagram. We wanted to go to like a video competition. 7 minutes, 7 second. How do you, wait? No, I have to go to his DMs. Fuck me. It's not an Israeli thing. It's not an Israeli thing, but the competition came to here, and we wanted to make a video. Here it is. Wait. Hold on. There is some funny. There are some funny things here. Here. So this is a 7-second film festival. It's like a competition or something, and there are a lot of videos that we watched just to understand. Just a second, my boss. No, after fine. Yeah, let's go. Hey. This one is not really good, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't get it. But every video needs to be 7 seconds, and there is some really good stuff, really funny stuff actually. Yeah, this did.
¿La droga?
It's a Spanish.
Te juro que compré una Juice Sled.
Maybe an Argentinian one, maybe. Sure. Where's the good stuff?
Cacho, PC le pifiamos el lugar.
This one is good. This one is actually good. you have like a playlist of stuff? Making it on YouTube is basically impossible. Do you have like a playlist, like a shareable link, shareable playlist link? Because if you want, we'll show you. We can almost 1,000 videos. Damn. We can go through some of them. We'll rank them. I've been collecting. I haven't been collecting in a while. So, reality has been weirder than fiction for too long. Tell me about it. So, yeah. You know what? This is an actual personal thing of mine. Like, I after, like, it's different things because we had kind of like I don't want to get into it, but we had like maybe 2 months ago we had a month of like non-stop rockets and stuff. I don't mean to get like oh, I'm so, I'm so scared. I'm so small and scared. It's not about it. It's just that things don't hit that much. Like you get out of the shelter and then you go to your living room, sorry, and then you sit and then you wait for another siren and then you go there and then just things don't hit as much. I think everything is getting mixed around and switched around right now. Yeah, we're living in a realignment. In the alignment. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just for me personally, what helped is to get back to work. Like I have a day job, which kind of it's just chaos right now. Yeah, exactly. This is why I like the nothing ever happens meme, because I remember the word I was trying to use. I'm quite nihilist. This is what I was trying to say. I wouldn't say that I'm a nihilist because I to be perfectly honest, but through the sun. Sorry, this is rest people. No, nothing ever happens. Yeah, exactly. So my thing is that I don't get very excited about things now. So whenever things happen, I just go, yeah, let's see what happens. I just go, we'll see how it affects something. It might affect something. I don't know. Where's the meme? I'm trying not the wait. Big Lebowski nihilist. Where he goes, this one. We're nihilist, yeah. We don't care about anything. No, I'm actually. Fuck. Where is that? This one is cool. כוס עמק. Sorry for the no YouTube premium.
Leave a message after the beep. Thanks, man.
Mr. Lebowski, this is Duty Officer Rollbog of the LAPD. We've recovered your automobile. It can be claimed at the North Hollywood Auto Circus there on Victory.
Far fucking out! Hey, this is a private residence, man.
Yeah, I know.
Nice marmot.
Nice marmot. It kind of yeah, it kind of surprised me also because I watched Big Lebowski before I watched Iron Man. I'm not quite an what do you say, an MCU fan. So and like the first Iron Man is not really, arguably, is not really an MCU movie. I don't know. You tell me. But I was kind of surprised. The first Iron Man is pretty good. I watched it a long time ago. I can't imagine him as a scheming villain. Yeah, yeah. I love Jeff Bridges. Actually, this is like how do you say? Uh, this is my basic bitch take. I mean, depends on where where you hang around, but my basic bitch take is that The Big Lebowski is one of the best films ever. Like, it got me through some very hard times. I love this movie. I love this movie very much. I watched it, I think, maybe 70 to 100 times. Yeah. Oh, nice marmot. And every time I watch it, there's something else that I didn't notice or didn't understand the time like the last time I saw it. So it's this kind of film to me.
Oh, nice marmot.
Where is that money, Lebowski? We want the money, Lebowski!
You think we are kidding or taking with the funny stuff?
Except you think you haven't dreamed of Lebowski.
Yeah, we believe in nothing.
We believe in nothing. Because they're nihilists, they believe in nothing.
Lebowski, nothing.
And tomorrow we come back and we cut off your Johnson.
Excuse me?
I said we cut off your Johnson!
Just think about that, Lebowski.
Ah, you wiggle penis.
Lebowski. Nee, die stamp aan het ins Gewüsche. Ja, Lebowski.
It was discovered last night in Vietnam.
Yeah. This is when I call myself a nihilist, this is not this scene, but one of the scenes that I think about. We believe in nothing. Just a second, I need to, just a quick one, I need to listen to something. Hello, yes. Needed to listen to something. Is my AirPods still working?
Lodged against an
Yeah, no, sorry for before. I'm sorry. Like I said, the cats fought over the fucking router stuff, so yeah. No, I just like I said before. Sorry. It's my thing. We can watch an Hebrew meme if you want to. Wait, also. We can watch a meme. A friend sent me with stuff. Just a second. I don't want to dox him and stuff. Just a second. I'll translate. So, okay. I'll translate. Wait, how do I get it to start all over? Just a second. When you get, the title says, when you get out of the movie. I'm not sure what the other word was, but when you get out of the movie.
וואו, והסוף שלו זה כאילו...
אתה אומר?
לא יצאנו, נכון? אז אולי 5.
אתה אומר איפה אנחנו?
Where are we, you know?
בקיצור, אני ממש אהבתי שעשו בסרט.
He's just talking about the movie.
סתם שבגלל הסרט, כן? הנה הייתי.
אתה אומר?
The joke is that it's like a liminal space or something. Pretty good joke. Very good joke. Wait, hold on. Fuck, this is my favorite movie of all time. Like John Turturro was there for what, 2 scenes, and he still steals the show. Like, this is like his first scene, I think, maybe his second scene. Fuck this. Come on. Oh my god. Fuck me. This is the perfect scene. This is the actual perfect scene.
Fucking Quintana.
That
Creep and roll, man.
Yeah, but he's a pervert, dude.
Yeah.
No, with record.
No. He's a sex offender with a record. He did 6 months in Chino for exposing himself to an 8-year-old. When he moved to Hollywood, he had to go door to door to tell everyone he was a pederast.
What a pederast?
Shut the fuck up, Tony. Won't have it your way, but my point is that
Are you ready to be fucked, man? I see you roll your way into the semis.
Dios, man.
Dios mío, man.
Dios míos, man. Sorry.
Liam and me, we're gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like,
Your opinion, man.
your opinion, man.
Let me tell you something, Pandejo. You pull any of your crazy shit with us, you flash a piece out on the lanes, I'll take it away from you and stick it up your ass and pull the fucking trigger till it goes click.
Jesus.
You said it, man. Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
Jesus.
8-year-olds, dude.
Uh, an actual good movie. And peak of film, in my opinion. God damn it, we're still stuck on this one. Song, if you're still watching, still listening, should we move on from this kind of game? We can go to Geodel or like the Time Guesser, which I'm quite good at, to be honest. Yeah, let's do it. Wait, you said sure, but the question was which one? No, fuck it. Let's do a Time Guesser one. Okay, this is Turkish. No, this is not. Okay, I'm just best-selling cassette tapes. Ooh, all right. Where is that? Okay. Marvin Gaye. Okay, in concert. February 6th, 75? Does that say 75? Okay. We just need to know where it is. So this is Popcorn, right? This is an English-speaking country. My guess would be New York, but... Huh. Yeah. You know what? Let's start small. Let's go with New York. Let's go with New York. Let's go with fucking... I don't know. New York. Let's go with 75. 75k. Cool. Okay. A street vendor in downtown Toronto. Okay. Toronto. Okay, but the year was spot on. Great. Okay. This is... Alright, my guess would be somewhere in Europe after some war. Great. Thanks, man. Very helpful. Okay. How do you dress? They dress very, very... Wait. I don't think this is the US. I think this is probably France or Germany. My intuition is Germany, but I think it's France. I think this is France. Somewhere, sometime. Wait. Yeah, this is First World War. I think this is... You know what? Let's do... Wait. It could be London, though. No, I'm going with Paris. I'm going with Paris. I'm going with 19... Let's go with 1916. Oof, 10 years off and it is the US. Fuck me. Wait, why? Ah, the earthquake. Oh, people queuing up at the bread line following the 1906 San Francisco earthquake. Okay. Didn't think about it. Looks very war. Like we can see that there's a soldier here. Okay. Also, yeah, San Francisco does look very European. Next round. Okay. Ooh. I feel like I should know where it is. Juliet, 1830. Juliet? Wait. The ass, though. No, I'm kidding. Careful. Sorry. God, I'm rusty. What the fuck is this? Can I show you my favorite national anthem? Actually, yes. Actually, yes. Yeah. Tell me or send me a link, whatever. Actually, yes. Hold on. Hold on.
עצמאים,
Sorry, an ad.
לעסקים, איך אין לכם חשבון
Fuck.
עסקי שעובד בשבילכם?
במאני טיים, רק ישראכרט.
From my small house in Kolha,
Let's read the comments.
lies the greatest
Found out why it was
empire
overrated.
of them all. I, Peter Griffin, waves the flag up high to keep my great family alive. Open the front door, hoist up the flag. Never before has such glory been seen.
Let's do
because of you.
By anthem standards, I think this is quite lacking, but it's quite funny. I don't actually know I watched Family Guy, but I don't actually know what's the lore behind this. I'm not really sure, like what's the story behind it. It is funny though. It's the 1984 anthem from the movie. There's a video I came across. I'm not sure I can find it though. Like late at night, I was, because of my autistic ass, I was searching for like national anthems and stuff. So there's a video. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Big Petah Tikva is watching you. Yeah, good one. Big Peter is watching you. Bro, you know a lot of things about Israel. Fucking Petah Tikva, brother. Fucking, this place stinks. I'm not from Petah Tikva, but yeah. I actually hate Petah Tikva. I don't know why I say Petah Tikva. It's Petah Tikva. Just a second. Doesn't exist. Exactly. You're well versed in the Israeli meme lore. Hold on. What's the title of the video? Sorry, I'm just sounds from Just a second. No, I can't find it. Fuck. Let me do a translate one. What word am I thinking of? Fuck. Россия смечена. We can watch the Soviet national anthem. And really? For real? Actually? Man. I actually like the Soviet national anthem, not gonna lie. I like other Red Army choir songs. Kalinka pick. Kalinka, Kalinka. Well, Russian is an actual language I wanna learn, but I'm too. Yeah. I'm too much of a lazy ass to actually put in the time to learn. Like before Russian, I actually need to learn German and better my English, as you can see. So, but this is why I stream. I want to speak. I understand much more English than I can actually speak, but my speaking skills are very lacking. Netanya is French, Sderot is Russian. Sderot, I'm not sure is Russian actually. Sderot is very Mizrahi. Sderot is very Sfaradi, like North African. This is the meme. Like they're very like Jewish Arab. Like Haifa is Russian. Haifa is Russian. Bat Yam is Russian. I think Ashkelon or Ashdod. I always confuse the two, but some of them, like one of the two, is very Russian. I think Ashdod. Haifa is Russian, and Haifa is also Arab, like Ashkelon. Yeah, exactly. Sderot is like is like a Likud voter, and they're very Mizrahi. They're very. Yeah, I don't want to get banned, but I think you get what I'm saying. Fuck, I'm trying to see. Hold on. I need to charge my AirPods for some reason. No German one though. Yeah, people who came from Germany here, they usually came. This is why I laugh at my girlfriend, because she is actually German. American one is Ra'anana, pretty much, or Jerusalem, but Ra'anana is very American. And Tel Aviv is like all of them actually. There's a lot of people in Tel Aviv. Is there a South American one? Yes and no. Spanish speaking one. Wait. I feel like maybe Tel Aviv. I feel like maybe Tel Aviv, or there are some like here. The thing is that my family are from Turkey, okay, or like in the general area of Turkey, okay, but there aren't a lot of Turkish speakers still like alive, or a lot of Turkish speakers at all here in Israel. So in my experience, most of the Turks live in Bat Yam, but also, does your family know Ladino? Actually, yes, but not quite. So my grandma from not to get too personal, but my grandma from my father's side speaks Ladino, or used to speak Ladino. Like her mother couldn't speak Hebrew at all, or any language, so she had to speak with her in Ladino. She's the only grandparent I have that wasn't born here is her, but she was born in Izmir in Turkey. So, and she doesn't know Turkish. That's yeah. I was thinking about it actually. My boss's wife is Colombian, so and she lives in they live in Jolon, which is not really a famously South American or Spanish one. There isn't a lot of most of the Spanish speakers I feel here are like Argentinian. Most of them are Argentinian, probably. This is what my personal feeling and experience. Most of them came from Argentina. Like the meme is that they are not really South American. They are Polish because they came to Argentina before the Second World War, and then after the Second World War they came to Israel. So the meme is that they're not really South African because South American because they came from Poland. Ladino is kind of weird because it usually refers to Greek and Turkish. Yeah, it's. I'm not sure what you mean, but yeah, my grandpa's husband, like my grandfather, rest in peace. He died a couple months ago. Yeah. That's what I mean. So he's Greek. His family's Greek. Yeah, but so maybe Levant. Yeah, but the thing about the Levant is the other side of my family. So my grandparents from my mother's side, my grandpa speaks Arabic, but his family came from Diyarbakir, which is Diyarbakir. Sorry about the Hebrew, but it's like a southeast Turkey. They came from here. And on the way here, I would try not to dox myself, but on the way here, so this is Turkey. On the way here, they came through Syria, and then they went to Israel. Is that the Sabbathean city? I'm not sure what you mean. Well done. Don't make conspiracies are hilarious. What's conspiracies? And what is donme? Did I tell before that I used to speak Turkish, but my stupid ass couldn't speak it afterwards? Dude doesn't know the lore. Yeah, I don't know the lore. Please tell me. I don't know the lore. I was actually expecting it's like a whole thing in Turkey. Yeah, I'm not really Turkish. We lived there for a year, my mother and my sister, because my mother is a historian and stuff, so she studied there. So we lived in Istanbul. So I used to speak Turkish actually, but then when we came back, they are Muslims whose ancestors converted to Islam. I mean, yeah, no, just kidding. And there's a lot of conspiracies they are secretly participating in practicing some kind of other religion. Sounds Druze to me. Sounds really Druze. A lot of Turkish leaders are accused of being secret donme. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. That's like their version of the Illuminati or like fucking other stuff, you know? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That's fucking awesome. Oh my god. That's awesome. Based actually. Shabtai Tzvi. Okay. Was a Jewish prophet that claimed to be the Messiah. Okay. Yeah. It failed and he was forced to convert and his followers did too. Yeah, okay. To be perfectly honest, I know the name, I don't remember the lore. So yeah, I think you know it better than me. Fuck me. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my god. I love other countries' conspiracies because like Israeli conspiracies are very sad, like sad to hear, you know. And like American ones are very popular just because they're American. Like the proof Atatürk is me is that his great grandfather had a last name that sounded like. Not to get too political. No, there are some peak Israeli conspiracies. I can DM you some. Yeah, go ahead. Look up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. This is why I said that they're actually sad. Like the thing about they come too close to home. It's not that they're very. I know. This is like that. It's because it's sad. Yeah. I'm not big on conspiracy theories. Oh, obviously, I don't quite subscribe to them. But the thing about why it's sad because I used to work with a guy who believed in probably every conspiracy is known to man, like flat Earth and Masons and Illuminati, like actual retard, like an actual retard. But the thing about, by the way, the thing about conspiracy theorists, like abroad, like not here, is that they usually but they're usually very anti-Semitic. Okay, so they're usually pretty anti-Semitic, or maybe anti-Zionist, or maybe some sort of a mix there, because Jewish people and conspiracies. So the thing about this is that in Israel, everybody who believes those kind of conspiracies, like Masons and Illuminati and the Pizzagate, whatever, like QAnon, I actually don't know the conspiracies, but they don't subscribe to which is actually hilarious, by the way, but they don't believe or subscribe, or whatever you want to call it, they don't believe in the anti-Semitic parts of the conspiracies, which is actually pretty hilarious. Like I say, I worked with a guy, but he doesn't connect every dot to the Jews. He connects it to like Masons or some other weird stuff, out there. It's literally just a bunch of drunk old men, and it makes so many other. No, but the thing is, look, it's not. It is okay. I'll give you that. But I actually know someone who is my age, who's like maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit older than me, and he believes in like flat Earth and chemtrails and all. Like I actually have no idea, but he added me to close friends on Instagram. I have no idea why. We're not close, but he added me, and then on his close friends he puts like, look at the clouds. It like very sarcastically, he goes, look at the clouds look very normal, right? The clouds are really normal. This is what normal cloud looks like, right? Yeah, you gotta send me. Don't rickroll me though. Hold on, you know what, just a second. I'm just a second. I'm going to the bathroom. Okay, just a second. Okay. Wait. Me and my friend watched the whole thing on repeat because it's so next level. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Copy link. Let's go.
It's like a...
Hi, I'm Abigail Warren, suburban reporter at the Daily.
By the way, my AirPods needs recharging, so there might be a feedback or something like that. Just a second. Oh my god, it's an hour.
Over the last few thousand years, we have warped our own history. Our stories of the past have been changed, altered, mistranslated, and completely been
Your
misunderstood
cats
as we
must-
rounded the
I
curve
fed
on the
her
procession
like an
of the
hour ago.
equinox. Modern views of
2
our
hours
history
ago.
account for many
I
things,
fed her.
but completely dismiss many very important pieces in the puzzle. For example, the pyramids of Giza. There is no modern theory that accounts for how these could have been made. Individually, each block cannot be pulled even with 50 men.
Just as a quick thing, you can even click random parts. Just as a quick thing, I wanted to ask you: is that like a video debunking the conspiracy, or is it like or is it just an actual conspiracy theory? This guy. Okay, this guy is 100% serious.
Let alone drag it for
By the
hundreds
way,
of miles
my
and then stack
cat-
them on top of each other 450 feet in the air
She
in such a
doesn't
precise
like
way that
pets,
even modern
but
technology
she
can't
does
achieve.
like to
Not to
mate,
mention having it
which
lined
is
up precisely
actually
with both Orion's belt, a golden
weird.
mean, and Fibonacci spiral, and
Right?
the primary nodal point of every sacred site on the planet. And that's just one example. Our history is not what we think. Many things that we've been led to believe to be true simply is not. This has got to be the biggest. The field of archaeology recently saw some monumental discoveries that are rocking the foundation of what we think we know about ourselves. Many ancient cities such as Babylon, Erech, and Akkad that were written about in the Bible and other ancient texts were always thought to be myths because no one could prove they existed. Then, one of them was found. This led to...
I'm not quite sure that I'm going to think out loud. Okay, I'm not quite sure that he's right. If he's like a male. Wait, 14 years ago? Oh my god! It's a 14-year-old video. God damn.
Finding another, and then another. Inside one of these cities, archaeologists found thousands of cylindrical clay tablets hidden deep within the earth under this ancient city. The tablets were completely covered in text, written in cuneiform, and tell an ancient story that spans back over hundreds of thousands of years on this planet, describing the history of the earth and the origins of the human race in great detail. Now, the first thing we all want to do is just say that they were making things up. They didn't know the history of Earth, and they were simply creating tales to explain where they came from. However, if this was true, how can we explain how they knew so many things about the universe that would seem impossible to know? Not only did the Dogons know all about the distant planets in the solar system, but so did the Sumerians. They described them all in great detail in these Sumerian records. They also knew about the precession of the equinox. That's a tough one for a historian to understand, because it takes over 2,000...
The thing about conspiracy theories, I'm going to go ahead and say it, okay, is that I'm quite a normie nerd, okay? So I don't really know a lot of fucking physics and math and astrophysics and stuff, you know? So everything that this guy says kind of sounds okay to me, but it's probably not. It's probably fucking retarded. So this is the thing about conspiracy theories, okay? They always bank on you not knowing some retarded shit, which is, by the way, why I'm like, yeah, it gets better and better, by the way. Okay, let's go.
Years of continuous observation to actually learn that the Earth has a wobble. The Sumerians had this information from day one of their civilization. A man named Zacharias Sitchin spent a long time transcribing these texts and had put them all together in his books. But many others have also done the same, and the interpretations are always very similar. Not only that, but Thoth has also shared information about this with us, and his account matches the Sumerian records. Adamus and other channelings discuss it as well. If you see all of these records and sources, there's a huge connection between the stories. Now, this story spans back hundreds of thousands of years into our past. It talks about Tiamat and Nibiru, the Nephilim, seeding the human race, Adam and Eve, and the children of Lemuria. This portion of the story is really interesting, but not the most crucial to know.
Wait, what are the children of Lemuria? Where's Lemuria?
We're not going to be covering this at this time. We are, however, going to be picking up the story
We're
at the
not
end of
going to
Lemuria
cover
and
this
discussing
at
the
this
events
time.
of Atlantis up to present
Guys.
day. What I'm going to tell you is a mix of what
Guys, we're not going to cover this at this time, okay? You can take a deep breath. We're just going to cover a whole bunch of retarded shit. Other retarded shit, okay?
say, along with what Thoth has told us for some finer details. Please have your own experience while watching this. I'm not going to tell you that this is fact. I am simply saying, decide for yourself.
By the way, this is a really well-made movie. Well-made video, sorry. Like, the animation, the editing, looks pretty good. Oh my god. Guys. It's such
There
high
was a
effort.
time, long ago,
Exactly.
when humans existed at a very high level of consciousness. We were interdimensional and were very psychic. We communicated through thought and emotion, much like how animals do, rather than speaking or writing, which would seem very primitive. We lived primarily on a large string of islands called Lemuria, but there was a consciousness shift. We moved up in consciousness, and the islands of Lemuria sank beneath the oceans. At the time of this shift, a new continent rose out of the waters. We called it Atlantis. Back in the early 1900s, the spiritual path of the United States was similar to what's happening today. People began to learn about meditation and study ancient lands like Atlantis and Lemuria. We actually found quite a bit of evidence that Lemuria existed, and it had to do with coral. See, the ocean floor does rise and fall. Coral can exist up to 150 feet under the surface of the water. In 1910, the surface of the ocean was probably higher because they were able to see coral rings heading away from Easter Islands for a great distance. These rings were estimated to be found at 1,800 feet, which means that for them to have existed, they would have had to be much higher and sunk slowly. Probably more important, they also found the exact same fauna and flora from the Hawaiian Islands all the way to the Easter Islands. This is a great distance, but if you look at a map, you'll see a long string. That string, according to Thoth, used to run along the western shores of Lemuria. It is only on these islands that have the same flora and fauna. Same trees, bugs, bacteria, everything. Science can only explain this if there were closer land bridges between these islands at one point.
Yes.
Although we were studying this at that time,
The only way science can explain it is that they used to be closer, guys. That there used to be a land bridge over them. This is the only way. This is the only way. Remember.
World War I began soon after, and we lost interest in spirituality and the ancient lands for a very long time. After the sinking of Lemuria and the rising of Atlantis, at first the human race...
Guys, chat, okay? Stop.
became scattered.
Oh my god, you have to have so many preconceived notions about how things work. Like you have to believe in Atlantis in order to understand this like video essay, right?
We moved to various islands and continents all over the world because we didn't have a home yet. We didn't know where to go. At that time, there were about 1,000 humans at a very high consciousness, more than all of the rest. They were called the Nicals. Today,
We're
known
not
as Ascended
10
Masters.
minutes in, by
The
the way.
Nicals began preparing Atlantis to be our new home. They projected their energies across the surface of the continent in the form of the Tree of Life, not with 10 circles, but with 12, an extra on top on the island of Udall, and an extra on the bottom in the water. There were 10 components on the mainland, and even though it extended over hundreds of miles on the surface, it was projected to the accuracy of a single atom. We chose to move to Atlantis because of the Kundalini. In humans, the Kundalini is often referred to as the energy circle.
No way! Guys, have you ever heard about the Kundalini? We're talking about serious shit here. This is the Kundalini we're speaking about, okay? We're talking about. Please, take a deep breath, okay?
That runs up and down your spine. When activated, it provides an immense amount of energy through all of the chakras. The Earth itself also has a Kundalini because the Earth is alive, like an organism, running from the center of the planet to a specific place on the surface. Wherever the Kundalini resides, the people there become the spiritual leaders of the world. The Earth chose Atlantis to be the new energetic center of the planet. After Atlantis, the Kundalini moved to the mountains of Tibet, which is why the Buddhists were the leaders in pure spirituality.
No way! No fucking way!
For the last 13,000 years. It was a very pure place. It moved again within the last 10 years, but that's a story for another time. If you want to read more,
Okay,
check out the
guys. It's another story for another time. Okay? Take a deep breath. Okay? We're not going to speak about the Kundalini. This is a story for another time. We only have 53 minutes to speak about something, okay? This is not the time.
The Serpent of Light by Drunvalo Melchizedek. Suddenly, in a single day, the Nicals breathed life into the Tree of Life on the surface of Atlantis. This created vortexes of energy rotating out of each and every circle. Once the vortexes were established, the children of Lemuria began to be called forth. Millions upon millions of Lemurians who had settled all across the planet began to be pulled toward Atlantis. A great migration began. However, the Lemurian body of consciousness had only reached the age of 12 as a planetary consciousness. Because we were right-brained, we were a female species, like a 12-year-old girl. And some of our centers weren't working yet. They had worked with these energies, but only mastered 8 of the 10. Each migrating Lemurian was attracted to one of these 8 centers on Atlantis, depending on the nature of the individual. There, they settled and began to build cities. That left two vortexes.
Just as a quick thing, I want to find the actual sources of this, because these retards are actually like, this is high end enough so they can like put sources here, which is other retards works. So if you like this video, explore more content. No wait, it's that cute. Oh my god, we can donate to them in crypto and ETH. Oh my god. Guys, there are no sources. They made it up. I'm feeling betrayed.
With nobody using them, not a single person.
Betrayed.
These two vortexes were pulling life toward them, and in life, you can't have an empty place. Life will find a way to fill it. Similar to if you were driving along a freeway, following another car, and you drop too far behind, someone will fill the place. That's exactly what happened on Atlantis. Though the Lemurians had only filled 8 of the vortex areas, Mayan records state clearly.
Guys, do we get the car analogy? Okay, like, do we understand it? Okay, I just wanted to make sure this is high-end stuff.
That there were 10 cities in Atlantis when it fell. You can see these records in the Toronto document, which is now located in the British Museum. This document is estimated to be 3,500 years old, and it describes in detail the sinking of Atlantis. To fill these two empty vortexes, according to Thoth, two extraterrestrial races stepped in. Not one, but two completely different races. The first race were the Hebrews, coming from our future. Thoth says that they came from off-planet, but we don't know where exactly. The Hebrews were kind of like a kid who went through 5th grade and didn't make it, so they had to do that grade over again. They learned all the math, the left brain stuff.
Wait. They're talking about
the
my
Hebrews
people.
were different races.
Sorry.
To fill these two empty vortexes, according to Thoth, two extraterrestrial races stepped in. Not one, but two completely different races. The first race were the Hebrews, coming from our...
Guys, I actually didn't know that I'm a fucking alien, okay? I have a lot to think about right now. Hi, Chili. What's up? What's up, buddy? You wanna watch? She's Jewish too, by the way. So, just a second.
Future. Thoth says that they came from off-planet, but we don't know where exactly. The Hebrews were kind of like...
Guys, there are some unanswered questions about where the Hebrew came from. We know they came from space. We're not sure where. Okay? We're not sure where they came from.
A kid who went through 5th grade and didn't make it, so they had to do that grade over again. They learned all the math, the left brain stuff, but they didn't get the right brain aspect of evolving consciousness, the doing. They didn't graduate to the next level of evolution, so they had to do it again. They knew a lot of things that we didn't know yet and brought many concepts and ideas to us that we weren't aware of yet.
No
Now,
way.
if this is true, this would explain quite a few things about the Hebrew people in general. They seem to have many sacred geometries hidden within their culture. It also puts perspective on...
Guys, actual Jewish supremacy confirmed, okay? Actual Jewish supremacy confirmed.
Story of Exodus. Perhaps Moses incarnated into that lifetime to free the Hebrews because they were not direct descendants of humans and were being treated unfairly. Or could it be that Moses was visited by an ascended master of the Hebrews who guided him to free their people? Given what we know about dimensions and consciousness, it definitely puts a fresh perspective on old stories that didn't make much sense. We could talk about this more, but let's continue for now. There were no problems caused by the Hebrews coming to Atlantis. They actually benefited our evolution. The other race that stepped in caused...
Guys, this is not an anti-Semitic video, okay? The Hebrews were actually good. Thank you.
Big problems. These beings came from the nearby planet of Mars. See, according to Thoth, Mars looked very much like Earth a little less than 1 million years ago. It was beautiful. It had oceans and water and trees that were just fantastic. But something happened to them, and it has to do with something called the Lucifer experiment. From the very beginning of creation, everything is simply an experiment. Creation itself was just consciousness creating and inhabiting itself in that creation. There is no divine plan. Spirit can do whatever it wants. Having said that, if Spirit decides to cut itself off from the rest of consciousness and create a separate reality on its own, it can do that too. This is called the Lucifer experiment. Because Spirit is God, it can do this. There's nothing wrong with that.
The Lucifer experience.
We've kind of been led to believe that Lucifer is evil and the devil. This just isn't true. Lucifer is just another means of perceiving the reality. It is not a unity perception of oneness, but rather a duality perception of two-ness. There's a flower of life pattern for Lucifer as well, but that's a big topic for another time. Anytime the Lucifer experiment has been attempted in the universe, it always ends in failure. The species will cut itself off from love. And
don't do the Lucifer experience, okay? It always ends badly, okay? Don't do it.
Will become
for another
left
time.
brain. What always ends up happening is that everyone becomes very greedy. There is no compassion for one another, and everyone ends up fighting until they end up killing themselves. More than 1 million years ago, the beings on Mars joined the Lucifer experiment, and it failed dramatically. Basically, they cut themselves off from the unity of the universe and created a separate reality. When the Martians severed the love bond, they became pure male, logical beings with no emotions. What happened on Mars was that they ended up fighting. Mars became a battleground. Eventually, it became clear that Mars was not going to survive. They blew their atmosphere away and destroyed the surface of the planet. Nova recently did an episode on planetary magnetics, and they found some interesting things about Mars. The planet didn't have a magnetic system, however the surface was magnetized, implying that at one
Oh my
point
god,
it did,
look
but
at
that's something...
look at the YouTube UI. Wait, 14 years ago was in... Wait, what's wrong with it? Is that 2012? 2012 YouTube... Wait, yeah. 2012 YouTube looked like this? Actually?
Happened. Now, we've been discussing the star tetrahedron before, and now I want to give you a brief understanding of the Merkaba. The Merkaba was known in ancient times as the Chariot of Ascension. It is the star tetrahedral energy field around the body. All around the world, there are references to this in ancient texts. When activated to its full potential, the Merkaba, which is both a tool...
Guys, the Merkaba, okay? We're talking about the Merkaba. Let's wait. Sorry. Quick meme. Tank. Sorry. Quick meme. Meme. Where's the meme? Is that the meme? Fuck. I hope.
It's not always
yes.
about the ooh or the ara or the onisa. Sometimes it's just about the
Let's go. tank Merkava. The Merkava, guys. We're talking about the Merkava.
And part of your being can be used to do the
It's
impossible,
all
including but not
connected.
limited to changing dimensions and traveling through the universe. Before Mars was destroyed, they built huge tetrahedral pyramids. They built 3, 4, and 5-sided pyramids, eventually building a complex that was able to build a synthetic Merkaba. After 1 million years or so, it's been eroded, but the proof is there. Now, because the Martians were severed from the Unity consciousness, they couldn't create a living Merkaba. They simply used it as a tool. They created a synthetic Merkaba to
They made the Merkava Mark IV tank. Okay.
travel in time and find a new home. A small group of Martians tried to get away from Mars before it was destroyed, and that place they found was Earth. About 65,000 years in our past.
Oh my
They saw this
God.
little vortex sitting there, just pulling in life with no one in it. They didn't ask permission. Being part of the Lucifer experiment, they just said, all right, let's do it.
Yes.
And they stepped onto that vortex, and in doing so, they joined
Yes.
and changed our
Exactly.
evolutionary path. Thoth's
Like I
father,
said.
Thome, was one of the Nakals who set up Atlantis on the island of Udal. That island, the top of the Tree of Life, was the brain of Atlantis, and on it was a small city called Poseidon. This city is what Plato was discussing when he said that Poseidon bore 10 children, the 10 circles on the Tree of Life. Poseidon was made of 3 rings painted in black, red, and white stones, and it was the symbol for Atlantis. The inner circle represented the Nakals.
Oh my
the middle circle were the
God.
priesthood, called the Maya, and the outer circle
Oh my god. Oh my
represented
god,
the regular
such
people of Atlantis.
nonsense.
We'll come back to this down the road. There were only a few thousand Martians who came to
Guys, we'll come down to this down the road, okay? We'll come. It's
Earth through the synthetic Merkaba. The first thing they did when
Exactly,
they
how
arrived in
does
Atlantis
it
was
keep
try to take over
going?
the continent. They tried to declare war and invade. However, they were vulnerable due to their small numbers compared to the
He's
millions of
doing
Atlanteans, and we
the-
finally subdued them. We were able to stop them from
Do
conquering
you have
them,
a
but we could not
source?
send them back.
And the
When
source
this
is
happened on
like
our
a
evolutionary
crack
path,
pipe?
we now had the planetary consciousness
He's
of a
doing the
14-year-old
meme.
girl. The Martians were an incredibly male species and also very old. So what you had was a 14-year-old girl being taken over by a 60 or 70-year-old man.
Yes, my friend,
We had no
if he
choice in the
could
matter.
make a
The
video
Martians
like
just
this.
stepped in and said, like it or not, we're
Well,
here.
can
They
he,
didn't care what we
though?
thought or felt about it. Really, it was no different from what the settlers of North America did to the Native Americans. Once the initial conflict was over, it was agreed that the Martians would try and
There's
understand this female
insane, and then there's Arkham Asylum insane. Good one.
thing they lacked, this emotional feeling, which they had none of at all. Things more or less settled for a while, but the Martians slowly began to implement their left-brain technologies, which the Atlanteans knew nothing about. One after the other, the
The
Martians
left brain technologies, okay? This is a technology that comes only from the left brain.
kept putting out these left-brain inventions until the Atlanteans slowly began to see things through their left brain. We slowly began to become a male species. The Martians gained control, bit by bit, until eventually they had all of the power, as was their intention. The animosity between Atlanteans and the Martians never subsided, not even till the end of Atlantis. They hated each other. The Atlanteans were shoved down and treated like inferiors. It was like a marriage that the female component didn't like, but the male component didn't really care if she liked it or
I
not.
love the
It
comments.
remained this way
We'll
for a
watch-
very long time, until about 26,000 years ago, when the next phase slowly began.
Well, this explains why Elon Musk wants to go to Mars, the man wants to go back home. To be perfectly honest, this might actually be true. Just saying, okay?
Before we continue, we have to talk about polar
Specifically
shifts.
about
See, in the
Elon Musk.
1930s, Edgar Casey was channeling information for a geologist when he stopped and he said, "There's something you should know. In the near future, the Earth's poles are going to shift." Casey was a brilliant man with a very strong connection to higher dimensions, where he communicated with other beings for the human race. Ultimately, it was because of his channelings that the belief system called New Age was created. This is again just putting what he was doing into boxes of understanding, because no one else understood what he was doing at that time. Nevertheless, when Casey talked, people listened. Geologists began exploring the possibility of a polar shift, and they found something remarkable. A string of major pieces of evidence came forth and lent tremendous weight to what Casey was saying, and they have now changed the world's view on the subject. Scientists
I'm actually asking, do we want to skip forward, or we are actually we're going to watch the whole thing? Okay, skip forward or whole thing? I'll open to both. Up to you. Thanks. Okay. You know what? Let's pull through.
believed that if there was going to be a physical pole shift, there would also be a change in the magnetic poles. Through studying lava beds, geologists were able to see where the planetary magnetics were when the lava beds hardened at certain depths. They found that the earlier magnetic poles were not where they were now, but in Hawaii. The last shift that took place was 13,000 years ago, and we will get there in the story soon. They did another test and found that it had shifted again 26,000 years ago as well. Scientists also learned that polar shifts happen very quickly. In a single day, the magnetics would do a complete flip, or turn 90 degrees. There's that number again. And within 24 hours, the sun would be rising differently than it did the previous day. This shift has happened hundreds of times over the last 100 million years on Earth, but it's speeding up now and happening faster and faster. Now only 13,000 years between each shift. A whole new viewpoint is beginning to be understood. From space, would this not appear as a pulse? Now, there's a lot more to talk about with polar shifts, but I'm going to give you the basics. A scientist named Charles Hapgood was studying this at great detail because the leading theory behind what caused polar shifts was still underdeveloped at the time. He came up with a theory that demonstrated to be possible through various experiments.
Fuck me.
Through these experiments, they learned that the surface of the Earth, the crust, could slip over the main mass of the Earth, which continues its rotation as if nothing happened. The crust would rotate and spin out of control until eventually it settles again in a new location aligned with the new magnetics. During
Guys,
this
he's
time,
doing
there are
this
massive
meme.
earthquakes and tsunamis and devastations that rock the world. Doesn't that sound a bit like the destruction described in the Book of Revelations? Now, I don't want to freak anyone out.
Like, if you put the sound of this video
Besides Edgar Casey's account,
on
many
top
other
of
ancient prophecies,
this
including Nostradamus
GIF.
and Mayan prophecies, have talked about polar shifts in one way
It's
or another.
actually-
And
it
modern
actually
science is
lines
becoming
up.
increasingly aware that there is going to be a polar shift in our near future, which is lining up with our consciousness shift, though they don't take that aspect into account. It's funny actually. A while back, NOVA did 2 reports on polar shifts, and both times NASA shut them down. Then
Oh my God,
recently,
it
NOVA
actually
released a new
lines
video
up.
called Earth's Magnetic Storm. That video shows all of the evidence for pole shifts without actually using the words pole shift. It's almost as if a specific company doesn't want us knowing about this and the evidence that's been brought forth. Polar shifts are directly related to the magnetics of the planet as well.
Oh my
Planetary
God.
magnetics are supposed to look like this, but the
How
reality
many,
is much different.
how many
Our
takes do
magnetic-
we think this took? Okay, is that like a really good long take? Like the first take? I think this is the first take. The first and only take. Like when they went to the recording booth to record it. I think this is the only take.
have been weakening over the last 500 years or so, and today they look a little more like this. It was the magnetics becoming more and more warped that's causing many of the problems we've seen in the last 20 years. Birds follow the magnetics of the planet to migrate, and they'd be ending up in places they shouldn't be. Whales were continually beaching themselves in the 90s because they followed these magnetics, which led them to land where there should have been water. As for humans, you know how on the night of the full moon there are more rapes, murders, and violent crimes than any other night of the lunar cycle? Well, the moon affects the magnetics of the Earth, slightly.
No
but the
way!
magnetics are so warped right now, it's affecting how we
Guys,
think
we
and act
solved
as a planet.
murder.
Our
Guys, we solved murder. Just don't go at the full moon outside. Guys, it's actually solved. I can't believe it. Fuck me.
collapse of social structure is related to the geomagnetics of the Earth,
Oh
or
my
perhaps
God.
it's the other way around. There's one other thing that we need to discuss about polar shifts. They always line up with a consciousness shift. They are interrelated. Thoth lived
Guys,
in
we
Atlantis for a very
found-
long
we-
time,
we
and he told
found
us that
the
he felt the Earth
solution.
shift 5 times, watching the
We
sun
found
rise
the
in the east
solution
and then
to
the west,
Israeli-
then the east
to
and the west.
Israel-Palestine.
This is how to explain why during a consciousness shift at
The
the, end
sol-
of Lemuria,
the polar
it sank beneath the
shift,
oceans and Atlantis
okay?
rose. If the crust was
It's
spinning
all
randomly around
about
the
the
planet,
polar
many
shift.
geological events such as continents rising and falling would take place. Now that we have an understanding of polar shifts, we can continue with this drama on
Oh,
Atlantis.
guys, now that we have understanding of polar shifts, okay, which we watch the whole thing, okay, we can move on to Atlantis.
26,000 years ago, we were
Mhm.
exactly where we were today on the precession of the equinox. We had gone through our falling asleep phase, and we were about to begin waking up. It was at this point that there was a small consciousness
The
shift.
falling
We actually
asleep
went down
phase.
in consciousness, not up. A piece of Atlantis about the size of Rhode Island sank into the ocean. This caused
My favorite thing in this video is that you are just expected not only to know who Thoth is, but to trust everything they say. Exactly. True.
a tremendous amount of fear within the Atlanteans, because they thought they were going to lose the whole continent, like what happened with Lemuria.
Wait.
Because
Just as a quick thing, I actually want to see what's this YouTube channel all about. Okay. Sorry. Oh my God. Wait. Oh my God. Guys, there's no way. There's no way this channel puts out a video like 3 hours ago, and every video is like 40 minutes to an hour 30. And he's consistent. Oh my God. This is actually insane. This is actually insane behavior. Oh my God. Oh my God. How many videos did this guy post? 562. This is insane. This is insane. This guy is actually insane. I do believe you now. He's actually insane. Oh my God. And it's all about like, all the goddamn, oh my God, the cringe. Oh my God, down the rabbit hole. Everyone should watch this. Oh my God. This is wild. Good vibrations. Me when I see your mom. Good vibrations. He wasn't lying when he said, well, that's for another time. Yeah, he got... Bro. And he actually gets paid. Like, this is his job. I would call him like an actual unemployed person, but he actually gets paid. Look at the views. Look at his sub count. Look at its views. Wait, how many? A 100 million views. Oh my God. Joined December 29, basically 2012. Okay. Wait, so this video is February 1st. This is a month into his YouTube. Like opening the YouTube channel.
The consciousness
God.
shift. One of the bigger things they lost was their connection to the future. They
An
couldn't foresee
actual
big events such as the potential
schizo
sinking of their home. After about 200
We
years,
actually
this fear
found
began
it.
to subside. Now, in both the Bible and the Sumerian records, the accounts of Adam, Eve, and all of their children were recorded to have exceptionally long lifespans, like 900 years or so. So 200 years for us back then is like 20 years for us today. We'll explain how we got there soon.
Yeah,
Things kind of settled
guys,
for a while, and then between
soon.
13,000 and 16,000 years ago, a comet approached the Earth. Because we were living at a high consciousness across all dimensions, the Atlanteans became aware of it before it hit. A great conflict occurred in Atlantis. The Martians, who were in the minority, even though they were in control, wanted to blow it out of the sky with their laser technology. However, the Nacals had learned of the comet's true nature, and the Atlanteans protested. They said that the comet was in divine order. They had to allow it to take place naturally. Let it hit the Earth. That's what's supposed to happen. The Martians fought the Atlanteans, but in the end they gave in. The Martians agreed to let it hit the Earth. When the time arrived, it came screaming into the atmosphere, plunging into the Atlantic Ocean just off to the western shores of Atlantis, near where Charleston, South Carolina is now. Only that was at the bottom of the ocean at the time. The remnants of the comet are now scattered across 4 states, and science has definitely determined that it hit at least 12,000 years ago, if not more. They're still finding pieces today. Although the main portion struck near Charleston, a few fragments actually hit the main body of Atlantis, crashing into an area right where the Martians were living, killing a huge portion of their population. They were pissed. They said, "It's all over. We're divorcing you, and we're gonna do whatever we want. You can do what you want, but we will never listen."
They are divorcing them. Okay, guys. They are divorcing them. It's not their fault. It's their fault. Okay, never mind.
We know this whole bit. We've seen it in divorced families throughout the world. And the children? Well, look at our modern world today. We are the children.
I was just miming. There's no way.
You can guess what the Martians did next. Their primary interface with the reality was control, and when their anger rose to meet their desire for control, they decided to take over the Earth. They began to once again create a complex like the one they built on Mars long ago, to try and create another synthetic Merkaba. If they had succeeded, they would have gained control over everything
The Merkaba.
on the planet. The only thing was, around 50,000 Earth years had passed since they had built a Merkaba, and they didn't quite remember how to do it. But they thought they did. The Martians built the buildings in Atlantis.
But they thought they did. Huh?
They set up a whole experiment, threw the
Stop.
switch, and lost control. The destruction was immense. In this reality, you can hardly make a greater error than to create an out-of-control Merkaba. The experiment began to rip open the dimensional levels, not the higher ones, but the lower ones. To give an analogy, if you took a knife and slit open your stomach, the stomach acids would seep into other parts of the body that it's not supposed to be in. That's like ripping open the dimensions. The Martians almost destroyed the Earth. The environmental disaster we are experiencing today is nothing in comparison, though today's disasters are a direct result of these events. Because of
This
this
is
dimensional
exactly
levels,
the
a huge
same,
number of lower
guys.
dimensional spirits and beings were thrown out of their comfort zone and into these higher levels. They were forced into a world that they did not know or understand.
Oh
To
my
survive,
God.
they needed bodies, and began automatically entering into the bodies of people. For every human body, there were hundreds of lower dimensional spirits inhabiting them. These beings were Earthlings, like us, but very different, not coming from this dimension. It was a catastrophe, probably the biggest the Earth has ever.
היי, אני מיה, אימא לשניים.
Commercial break.
מנהלת לוזים, שיחות זום, קניות, חיסונים, חוגים.
Fuck you.
The reason the Nacals were special wasn't just because of their incredibly high consciousness, making them like guides of Atlantis. They also had achieved what today we call immortality. Let's just say they figured out a way to keep their body healthy and young for as long as they chose, and could choose to pass on whenever they desired it. When reincarnating, they do not suffer the great memory loss that we do when we incarnate. They did it through their expanded consciousness and tantric interdimensional sex meditations. King of Atlantis for thousands till 15 years ago when a man named Drunvalo Melchizedek. The Merkaba is formed out of 3 star tetrahedrons overlaid on top of each other. 2 of them are counter-rotating and the third is stationary. When the Merkaba is formed with the unity consciousness, it is formed internally with love. When it is formed externally through the Lucifer experiment, it does not have that love and can become unstable very quickly. The Martians' attempt at controlling the world took place on one of the small islands in the west of Atlantis. This place today is known as the Bermuda Triangle. It's a triangle because the top of the stationary tetrahedron of the Merkaba is actually sticking out of the water there, which
Would
causes a
you
huge
live in
electromagnetic
this
imbalance
world?
in that area. Many planes and boats
Actually. Yeah. I mean, it's so simple, right? It's so simple. This is a really, yeah, it's a simple world. Imagine if all you had to do to resolve crime is to live on the, I don't know, the good side of the polar beam, whatever the fuck, guys, we solved it.
reported to have gone missing there. They just vanished
So
without a trace.
simple.
The imbalance is multidimensional, and in many cases, these ships and planes have been sucked into different dimensions, never to be seen again. That Merkaba is still there on the seafloor today, but from what I know, it's going to be. The Nacals did their best to say.
From what he knows, Formati knows it's going to be corrected soon.
Most of the lower dimensional beings back, at least as many as they could, and sealed up the dimensional tear. Despite this, the situation got really bad, really fast. All of the economic systems collapsed. Financial, social, and all concepts of how life ought to be completely broke down. Everyone on Atlantis began getting sick with weird diseases, and the entire continent went into a state of survival. Life was no longer about living. It became about surviving until tomorrow. It was a literal hell on Earth. The Nicals had no idea what to do. They were children compared to the events that had been thrust upon them. So, they prayed. They prayed to the highest levels of conscious life in the universe, asking for help from anyone who could hear them. The problem was reviewed on many high levels of life, who I'm drawing as the Justice League because the 11th and 12th dimensions are completely incomprehensible to us in our current state. What they told us was this: we were going to fall. We were going to hit rock bottom, level 1, the lowest place we possibly could be in the universe and still survive. Also, we were changing polarity. We were no longer a female species, so we were starting from square one as a male species. And finally, and this was the shocker, we would only have 13,000 years to return to Christ consciousness. Normally, it takes hundreds of thousands of years for a species to get to Christ consciousness. We had to do it in a fraction of the time.
Not to be confused with class consciousness, okay? This is Christ consciousness. Don't get them confused.
It would not survive. This has never happened before in the universe, ever. Thoth, who was the priest king of Atlantis at the time, learned that they would have to perform this experiment on themselves. They received instructions from the highest levels of life and they went on their way. Thoth proceeded with a being named Ra and Aragat, who were previous kings of Atlantis, and began the experiment. To understand what they did, we have to talk about consciousness grids. A planetary grid is an etheric crystalline structure that envelops the planet and holds the consciousness of any one species of life. This grid does have an electromagnetic component associated with the third dimension, but it also has a component for every dimension as well. These grids are geometric, of course, and science will eventually discover that there's a grid for every species in the world. Each of these grids have their own geometry and are unique. There's not another one like it, just as the species itself are unique. These grids give off light as well, and from space they can be seen as the source of the bluish glow around the Earth. What Thoth and friends had to do was create a synthetic Christ consciousness grid, allowing humans to ascend to Christ consciousness in a very short time. But first, let's talk about the science behind the grid. Perhaps you've heard of the 100th monkey experiment. Over a span of 30 years, scientists were researching a species of monkey called Macaca fuscata on an island in Japan. They were providing the monkeys with sweet potatoes by dropping them in the sand. The monkeys liked sweet potatoes, but they didn't like the sand and dirt so much. A few monkey children figured out that they could wash their sweet potatoes, and some of them taught the technique to their parents. Only a few of the adult monkeys did this though. This went on for some time, until one day, the monkeys who actually knew the technique hit critical mass. And bingo, the technique started spreading faster than it did before. Monkeys started learning it really easily across all of the Japanese islands nearby, as well as on the mainland. They knew that there had to be something that wasn't yet understood about how a species is connected to itself. So what did we do? We tried it on humans. Our research team made a picture out of human faces. About 100 faces hidden within a single picture, but at first glance, you could only see about 6 or 7. They did several surveys with a few hundred people in Australia and said, alright, find the faces. Most people could only pick out 6, 7, 8, 9 or so. Not many more. After that, the research team went to Britain and aired the picture on a closed cable BBC special that was shown only in England. They showed where all of the faces were, every last one. Half of the research team, which stayed in Australia, did the experiment again with new subjects. And lo and behold, people were just naturally able to see more faces. After this experiment, they knew that something definitely connects us all, and the field of noetics is learning more about it daily. It's mass consciousness. In lesson 11, I showed you the 3 levels of consciousness.
Again, not to be confused with class consciousness.
Each of these levels have their own consciousness grids around the planet, and our second level grid is based on squares and triangles. Many governments of the world, especially the Russian and US governments, were studying our grids back in the 60s and probably earlier. When mapping out the grid on the planet, you find little military bases on many of the nodal points of the grid. There are tons of these bases way out in the middle of nowhere, like on little islands like Guam. This couldn't be a coincidence that these government powers placed their bases right where the little spirals came out of the grid. They were trying to take control of the grid, because if you control consciousness, you control what we think and feel. Of course, there was another organization that had its hand in both of these governments, and still do, and we will discuss them soon enough. This grid is visible through astral projection as well. 13,000 years ago, it began. Thoth, Ra, and Aragat were to create a global complex that was able to build a synthetic Christ consciousness grid over a 13,000-year time period. The first thing they did was fly to a place which is now called the Giza Plateau, but back then it was known as the land of Chem. It was also a rainforest back then as well, not desert like it is today. First, they created a grid around the planet 4th dimensionally, and then began to construct it in the physical 3rd dimension. They went to the male energetic axis of the Earth and constructed a complex which today is called the Solar Cross. These men were 6th-dimensional beings at that time and were living at a very high level of consciousness, so whatever they thought happened instantly. It was that simple. According to Thoth, he built the Great Pyramid, not the Egyptian king Cheops. Thoth says that it was built 200 years prior to the pole shift and built very quickly. These pyramids were aligned precisely with both Fibonacci and golden mean spirals emanating from out of the Solar Cross. Interestingly enough, Edgar Cayce also channeled that the pyramids were constructed in this time. The pyramids were also found to be built from the top down. The stones on top were placed first, which is—
Who cares? Who cares? Who actually cares? Who cares? Who's actually schizo enough to make this video and 550 more of these lunatic connections? Who cares?
Baffled learned about the pyramids, we move further into dark to understanding how they were formed. If what Thoth says is true, well, that explains everything. From there, Thoth and friends constructed an entire network of temples and structures along this grid 4th dimensionally, placing them on nodes on the new synthetic Christ consciousness grid they were creating. All of them were made with Fibonacci or golden mean spirals, and all of them were mathematically referred back—
Oh my god, all the Fibonacci crowd, guys. Fuck it, I'm going ahead and say it. Fibonacci shouldn't have released his famous spiral. I said it. I said it.
To the Solar Cross in Egypt through the Great Pyramid. The creation of all of the sacred sites on the planet were no accident. It was a single consciousness that created them all, from Machu Picchu to Stonehenge to Zaghuan, you name it. There are a few exceptions, but most were created by a single awareness as part of a unity consciousness grid. Although the Great Pyramid was done all at once, many of these ancient structures of the world were made fourth dimensionally and slowly dropped in frequency until they manifested on the third dimension over a long period of time. Richard Hoagland's research brings this forward, but he wasn't the first either. They showed how one sacred site is extrapolated from another to another to another. A hot topic of discussion right now are ley lines. These are simply geometric relations between sacred sites. Archaeologists...
Sorry. A hot topic of discussion between who? Other schizo people? In the mental asylum? Who is speaking about it? Who cares? It's a hot topic of discussion. Between who? Who is talking about it?
Are now finding these huge connections between major spiritual sites in the globe, and now we know why they're connected. These sites had to be built physically so that the Christ consciousness grid could manifest. In a way, think of the physical sites as the wiring of a giant wireless electrical system, and then it needs about 13,000 years of continuous energy flow for it to actually turn on. And just so that you're not left in suspense, yes, the grid was completed. It came to life and is now active, though not really used. Congratulations, Earth. We actually survived. Not only has Thoth told us this in person, but he's also written it down in the Emerald Tablets. These tablets were left in the Great Pyramid thousands of years ago. There are 12 tablets in total, formed from a substance created through alchemical transmutation. They are imperishable, resistant to all elements and corrosion. Their atomic structure is fixed in place, and no change can ever take place. In that respect, they violate the material laws of ionization.
No change.
These tablets share a great wisdom, and you can read them at over 100 different levels of consciousness, and you will always understand them differently. If you're interested in this stuff, you should definitely consider reading them. As you can probably tell, Thoth plays a pretty large role in what happened. Most of this information comes from him. Thoth also provided most of this information about the flower of life and its geometric relationship to consciousness with us, and this stuff is tied intimately to the geometry of the universe. Considering the quality and quantity of information that he has shared, it makes you really start considering that this next part can be true. The Great Pyramid has a legendary missing capstone. According to the Emerald Tablets, deep under the Great Pyramid there's a room called the Hall of Records. This room was not built by Thoth and long predates the Atlantean civilization. Within the Hall of Records is the capstone of the pyramid, which is 5.5 inches high, solid gold, and completely holographic image of the Great Pyramid. It has all the little rooms and everything. However, this leaves us with a 24 square foot piece of the Great Pyramid that's missing. If what Thoth says is true, that missing piece actually belongs to a very special airship that exists on Earth. And the way to the airship is through the Sphinx. The Sphinx, according to Thoth, is not 12,000 years old, but dates back over 5.5 million years on Earth. Deep under the Sphinx, about 1 mile down, is a round room with a flat floor and flat ceiling. Inside this room is the oldest synthetic object on Earth. The object is about 2 city blocks in size. It's round like a disc and has a flat bottom and top. It is also only about 3 atoms thick, except for a pattern on the top and bottom which looks like this. This pattern is 5 atoms thick. Thoth says that it's powered by consciousness, thoughts, and feelings, and connects with your own living Merkaba, which means that it becomes an extension of you and your own energy fields. The ship is also intimately connected with the spirit of the Earth, and is the protector for the whole planet. Thoth built the pyramid the way he did to fit with the ship. When on top of the Great Pyramid, it creates this image from above. The disc ship has a circumference equal to the perimeter of the Great Pyramid. As we discussed in Lesson 11, whenever that ratio appears, life occurs. This ship can only be used by the purest of souls. See, whenever we approach the point in the precession of the equinox where our poles do these shifts, we become very vulnerable. Things often degenerate, and while things become chaotic, there are often other species who wish to take us over. This is all.
Me too, guys. This is like you have to take some stuff to consume this, okay? You'll have to take Adderall or something like that just to concentrate, because this is like too much. This is actually too much. This is actually prick. I agree with you.
Happen, not just with us, but with all evolving consciousness. Every time a takeover seems imminent, a very pure person will find their way to the ship and raise it into the air. The Earth and Sun will connect with that person and give him or her great power. Then, whatever that person thinks and feels will happen. And think about it. If consciousness is the primary core component of the entire planet, does it not make sense that it would have its own defense mechanism? This defense is an airship that plugs into the Earth and the Sun, allowing the Earth to have protection. Our takeover event actually already happened, the same year the Christ grid was activated. The year was 1989, and we were having some...
The Tiananmen massacre confirmed. The Tiananmen massacre explained.
With the of ETs who were slowly plotting takeover due to a previous scuffle we were having. A very pure woman in Peru made the ascension process into the Christ consciousness grid and found the ship. She tuned it to the frequency of the 4th dimension, where she raised it through the Earth and into the air, and manifested a situation for the Greys to leave. Within a very short time, the Greys began getting sick, and remained sick for as long as they stayed here. They have been forced to leave for now, and we are once again safe. The ship is a warship in that whatever race is trying to take over, the person will just think them away, think up a situation, and force them to leave. Returning to the events on Atlantis, after completing the complex in Egypt, Thoth and pals returned to Atlantis, where they waited for about 200 years until that critical point on the precession of the equinox where the poles would shift. They knew that Atlantis would sink, and they would be ready.
Previously on Thoth and pals!
Thoth, the poles are shifting.
Oh my god. There's a cringe, like, animations, like a skit inside this lunacy. What the fuck is this?
Oh, the pole shift? Yeah, whoa, what's wrong with your eyes? I don't know.
When Thoth first saw signs of the polar shift, they returned to the land of Chem and raised the warship into the sky. They went to Atlantis and picked up the Nacals. The Nacals weren't just passengers though, and each and every being was working in unity to create a very powerful Merkaba around themselves and the ship. They returned to the Great Pyramid and landed the ship on top, forming the phi ratio with the pyramid. And then, it happened.
This is better than Scientology. This is so much better. Why people become Scientologists when this shit exists? Why do you need Scientology?
The poles began to shift, and human consciousness began to plummet. Simultaneously, the electromagnetic and magnetic fields of the Earth collapsed, and all life on the planet went into the Great Void, the 3.5 days of absolute blackness described by many ancient cultures in the world. The Emerald Tablets say that whenever we go through a polar shift, we go through a void space as we change our frequencies for about 3.5 days. This is also in the Troano document, depicted by 3.5 stones painted black. This refers to a time when we go through what science calls the electromagnetic null zone. During the pole shift, a phenomenon takes place where everything just seems to disappear for a certain time. Usually it's between 2 to 4 days, and the last time it was 3.5 days. Here's where it gets interesting. What happens to us does not usually happen to a normal species, because most advanced species will have their Merkabas handy at the time of the shift. We didn't, due to our little crisis, and we got sucked into the void space without protection. This resulted in us losing our memories. Science realizes that all of our memories are connected through cells in our brains as well as fields around our heads. What is not entirely understood by science yet, at least not directly, is the connection our memories have with the planet itself. We've discussed this before. The magnetics of the Earth affect how we think and act. The Merkaba is an electromagnetic field that you create around your body that can serve as protection from void as you're consciously going through it. What happened to us when we didn't have that protection? It was a clean wipe. When we existed on Atlantis, we were living at a very high level of consciousness in a higher dimension. We had extremely advanced and sophisticated bodies and minds, and were capable of practically anything, living in a dimension where molecules were spaced so far apart that consciousness could interact with them without physically moving. It's hard to explain because you can literally shape your environment immediately through your consciousness in these higher frequencies. In that sense, we were creators, knowing and understanding oneness, beings of love. But then we fell. We dropped back down to this place called the third dimension. We also fell in consciousness back to zero. We forgot how to use the pineal gland, and it slowly shrunk to the size it is now, like a raisin, where it's supposed to be eyeball size. When this happened, we forgot how to breathe source energy into our bodies, and our lifespans went kaput. Eventually, we went from 900 years to what it is today. We had not experienced this dense reality that we had before, at least for a very long time. We were kind of like a supercomputer that gets completely wiped, no operating system or anything. We had these advanced physical bodies, but we didn't know how to use them. This is why today we are so physically advanced compared to pretty much all the other animals in this third dimension. For a time, the survivors of the Atlantean fall, and there were a few, were literally hairy barbarians. We even had to rediscover fire. The reason we're having such a hard time finding evidence of Atlantis is because for the most part, the events of Atlantis took place on a much higher dimension than our physical Earth exists on right now. Everything I've drawn of Atlantis can't be taken as that.
This is the reason we can't find Atlantis. Confirmed. Actually confirmed. The reason we can't find Atlantis is because it's in another dimension. It's in another dimension. Boom, solved it. Solved it. Solved it. What more do you need?
Because it didn't. This landmass did physically exist, but the Atlanteans were not inhabiting that dimension of its existence. If the warship hadn't been protected by the Merkaba, the Nacals would have lost their memories. They retained their memories when the Earth came out of the void and began their work once more. Thoth and 1/3 of the Nacals went to the Island of the Sun in Bolivia, Aragot and 1/3 went to Tibet, and Ra and the remaining third went to Egypt, where they waited. Now, we're going to begin bridging the gaps between this story and our current history. In between the fall of Atlantis and the dawn of our first civilizations, who were the Egyptians and the Sumerians, there was a 6,500-year gap between them. What was happening to us in that time? We have to look at this precession chart again. This is where we fell in consciousness, point C, and this was our falling asleep phase too. Thoth, Ra, and the Ascended Masters were waiting until point D. They had to wait for humans to just evolve themselves over a 6,500-year time period until they were advanced enough to actually receive this new information that they were going to provide. Sometime in here was when the flood of Noah occurred. Because of the pole shift, the Earth went through an ice age. This is scientific fact. When the ice melted, it would have caused massive flooding. DNA.
This is scientific fact. The Noah Ark is a scientific fact. Don't ever forget it, okay? It's a scientific fact. Scientific, okay?
Manifestation of who you are. It is your soul's physical aspect. What we are seeing in DNA is changes in the codons. There's 64 possible codons in DNA, and humans only have about 22 or so. What we're finding is that there are 6 more codons being activated within these children, and they are choosing 2 of the 6. These kids are what we call indigo and crystal children, and probably the super psychics as well. Now, this is a chromosome. Basically, what this is lots and lots of DNA wrapped into this weird H-like shape. This is located in every cell and is part of your body of consciousness. What Thoth tells us is that every level of consciousness seen here not only has its own consciousness grid, but its chromosome change as well. The second level, where we are now, has 44 and 2 chromosomes. To any scientist, this is basic biology. The first level, however, has 42 and 2, and this third level has 46 and 2. The fourth and fifth have 48 and 2, and 50 and 2.
The audacity to even mention scientific, like, to even mention biology is crazy. It's crazy. The audacity. What did he say? What?
Level of consciousness seen here not only has its own consciousness grid, but its chromosome change as well. The second level, where we are now, has 44 and 2 chromosomes. To any scientist, this is basic biology.
To even mention basic biology in this video is crazy, okay?
The first has 42 and 2, and this third level has 46 and 2. The fourth and fifth have 48 and 2, and 50 and 2, respectively. The primary physically visible difference between these DNA and all life is height. The first level has an average height of 4 to 6 feet tall. The second level, us, has an average height of 5 to 7 feet. Third are about 10 to 16 feet, which we are about to translate to. Fourth is 30 to 35 feet, and the last is 50 to 60. You may remember.
Wait, is that connected to the stupid, like tall, like giant people conspiracy? This is one of my like the most retarded one, actually.
Being named Metatron, the Hebrew archangel who is the perfection of what humanity is to become. He was 55 feet tall, that guy. The last two heights are far in the distant future for us, though.
Wait.
This is a place in Egypt today called
Mosquito.
Abu Simbel. The first thing you notice is that these statues are huge, but with the information about the DNA, this paints a different picture. These beings would be in the 60-foot range if they were to stand. They were at the fifth level of consciousness. These beings on a different wall are 35 feet tall, fourth level of consciousness. Here are some third levels as well. Archaeologists saw this.
Guys, we saw some statues, but we think they were life-sized. Okay? This is the evidence. The statues were life-sized. Just think about every contemporary statue you ever saw. Don't you have it? Didn't you see that it was life-sized? All of them? They were all
Man
life-sized.
was just much more important than the woman, when in actuality, the kings of Egypt had 5 different names, one for every level of consciousness. Some of the kings were even able to translate into different dimensions, and that's how they guided the population with the power of the gods. In Egypt, according to today's top archaeologists and researchers, the Egyptians and Sumerians both began their civilizations right around the same time from each other, within a few hundred years or so. Both of these civilizations emerged out of nowhere with perfect writing abilities that were not improved upon since. When they first emerged, they were extremely sophisticated and clear, and slowly degenerated over generations. No archaeologist can explain how this happened or explain how it could have happened.
I love when these conspiracy videos about these conspiracy videos that they go like no scientists can ever explain it, which is probably not true, actually. Probably actually not true. Like the audacity to even, like the Dunning-Kruger effect here is crazy.
They placed.
Imagine thinking that you know more than people that spend their entire life researching this field. Oh my god.
Into a special classification called stair-step evolution. What happened was, one day, Egypt got its language, full and complete. Then the knowledge leveled off. And then it got another massive leap a little while later. Then suddenly, they knew everything about water and moat systems just perfect. Then, a little time later, bam, they're masters of hydraulics. How did Egypt and Sumer do this? Well, this is what Thoth said. When we were evolving on our own for 6,500 years, Ra and the Ascended Masters were waiting in an underground city beneath the Great Pyramid.
I mean, yeah. Do you think retards like this in the future are going to go, wait, in the 90s, they didn't really have personal computers, but in the 2010s, they already have like a small hand-sized computer. Don't you think they got it from aliens? I bet you every one of these retards will say that in like 1,000 years.
Thoth's son Tat formed a group called the Tat Brotherhood, which is a secret group that still exists today as protectors and keepers of the sacred temples. Today, they're still connected to the Ascended Masters. So about 6,000 years ago...
Buddy, I don't think... I'm trying to debunk it, but yeah, exactly. I think nobody needs to debunk it. This is actually, this is schizophrenic. Like, I don't say it lightly, okay? Maybe I do, but I don't say it lightly. When I first started it, I was thinking this is going to be like this conspiracy type where you go when you have like a plausible deniability type thing, like when it's like an Epstein kind of conspiracy, when you maybe he did fuck 4-year-olds, maybe he didn't, you know, this sort of things where you don't have. Yeah, this is actually fantastic. This is actually fantasy. This is this is the source you get from smoking a crack pipe. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, every one of, at least the ones I saw, but every one of the conspiracy videos I've seen, they all speak like this is actually fact, but the audacity to mention like biology next to fucking polar beams. I don't even remember what he said. This is actually gibberish. Like, he doesn't even try to explain stuff. He just assumes you get that the reason we haven't figured out where Atlantis is because, like, it's in another dimension. Like, oh yeah, sure, but like I understand. Biology, plate, tectonics, and it keeps. But yeah, like, you have to know so many schizophrenic, retarded shit to even consume the video, not even understand it. You have to. God damn it! Fuck me. Almost done.
Some members of the Tat Brotherhood would wait until they would meet someone who could understand what they were going to teach them. When they found someone, they would just tune their frequencies to the third dimension and walk up and tell them information flat out. They said, hey, if you do this and this happens. The Egyptians would say, wow, look at that. Then they would go underground, wait another little while, and repeat the process. Over a short period of time, the Egyptian and Sumerian evolution shot up in stair steps. As for the Sumerians, they also received a more detailed story by those who were assisting them. They described to the Sumerians in all of the details they remembered. They said, this is the history of the planet, write it down. The Sumerians knew about the precession of the equinox because they were told it by the Nacals from Atlantis. After this stair-step period, we began to fall asleep further. Things got worse once more. It was our falling sleep stage of precession, and although the Nacals had given us a boost, we were consciously dozing off. On that note, it's time for the story about the city under the pyramid. Keep an open mind about this because there's very little proof for what I'm about to say. For over 40 years, Drunvalo Melchizedek has been studying human consciousness through sacred geometry and spiritual teachers and masters all over the world. In 1996, he was contacted by a source in Egypt who said that something incredible had been discovered. A stone stele came out of the ground between the paws of the Sphinx into the daylight. They removed it and dug into the earth beneath the Sphinx. There they found a room with 3 tunnels leading off of it. One of the tunnels, which went to the Great Pyramid, had another tunnel coming off it, and it was shielded by a wall of light. Bullets could not pass through this field, and people could not even get close to it without feeling like they're going to die. The Egyptian government found a particular person who could turn off this field. They also had brought in Paramount Studios to film it, as they had filmed the opening of King Tut's tomb. They had a good relationship with Egypt. The government wanted several $1 million from Paramount, but at the last minute they asked for an extra $1.5 million under the table. Paramount was outraged, and they backed off.
Wait.
Bullets could not pass through this field, and people could not even get close to it without feeling like they're going to die. The Egyptian government found a particular person.
Who is that?
Bullets could not pass through this field, and people could not even get close to it without feeling like they're going
Bullets could not pass through this
to
field.
die. The Egyptian government
Patch Mubarak. Okay.
found a particular person who could turn off this field. They also had brought in Paramount Studios to film it, as they had filmed the opening of King Tut's tomb. They had a good relationship with Egypt. The government wanted
They had a good relationship with Egypt, guys.
several $1 million from Paramount, but at the last minute they asked for an extra $1.5 million under the table. Paramount was outraged, and they backed off.
Imagine being Paramount, where you go, guys, we have an opportunity to uncover like the biggest truth of our universe, and Egypt asks you for like another $1.5 million, and you go, nah, nope, this is not worth it. Imagine being Paramount.
Were silent for about 3 months. Then Drunvalo heard from a source again who was involved in all this, who said that 3 men shut off the light field and went inside. They found themselves inside a very large building that went on for miles underground, which was really the edge of a giant underground city, which was really just one giant building. Then, a little while later, an Egyptian archaeologist named Larry Hunter began describing the same thing, but more detailed. He said that the city was 6.5 by 8 miles wide and 12 stories deep, and the city was outlined by specific temples in Egypt. The 3 pyramids are lined up with Orion's belt, but there are also small temples for every other star in the constellation. Those temples map out the city underground and are made out of a special stone not found anywhere else in Egypt called Koinen stone. Incredibly enough, very recently, ancient tunnels were found in Romania that led to both Egypt and the inner earth. Now, I don't have time to go into detail about this particular story, but if you want, check out the book Transylvanian Sunrise by Radu Cinemar. To be clear,
He doesn't have any time. Guys, this is only an hour long. He doesn't have time to get into this. If you want, you can go and read a book by an actual certified retard, okay? You can watch him.
Now, I don't have time to go into detail about this particular story, but if you want, check out the book Transylvanian Sunrise by Radu Cinemar. To be clear, this is a theory that has not been accepted by the Egyptian government, but the underground city that Thoth said was there is, according to Mr. Hunter,
You think?
marked by temples made of a unique substance, and the temples match the star pattern of the constellation of Orion. 4,000 years after the stair-step evolution, we were at our lowest stage of our evolution. We were hitting bottom on the awareness road. Suddenly, out of the darkness, 3 men came to Earth to give us a little nudge.
Fuck. Sorry.
It's like a do not disturb setting for your mind, and it gets you focused
Who
in
do you
just
think,
5
like,
minutes. Using
Who are
science.
they? Let's guess. Let's guess who are they? Jesus? Is that supposed to be Jesus? Is that like Buddha or something? You know what? Called it. Okay.
Everything in ancient Egypt was synthetic. They had this entire civilization based around achieving heightened states of consciousness, but they had to do it through tools. Now, we're not going to look at each of these tools individually, but let me give you a brief overview. This tool was used for transferring vibrations into the body. Along with that were the hook and flail. This little device was a kind of generator to increase vibrations, though there's not too much information available on it. This thing, however, was their most important tool, the Ankh. They saw the Ankh as the secret to eternal life, and they used it not as a physical tool, but as an energetic one. They would use this form and ankh their sexual energy. Now, this can be a huge topic on its own, like how energy travels up and down the body through a vertical tube between 5 energy channels that counter-rotate as they extend through the body. But basically, sexual energy is an incredibly powerful energy. We definitely abuse it today, but what the Egyptians knew was that when you had an orgasm, a very large amount of energy bursts from your root chakra all the way up your spine to the top of your head, and then it gets released.
No way. No fucking way.
What the Egyptians would do was when the spiral of energy hit their heart chakra, they would ankh the energy out of the back of their body and over their head.
They would ankh, U-N-C. They would ankh.
Body, where they would keep the energy and retain a massive energy boost. In other words, if you take a tuning fork and hit it, it will reverberate for a certain amount of time. Then, if you attach an ankh on top of it and hit it again, it will reverberate at least 3 times longer. The Egyptians were doing this with their bodies. Moving on, when Atlantis was first formed, the Nacals set up something called a mystery school. This is a special type of school where you learn about consciousness, and you learn different aspects of expanding your own consciousness, and eventually getting to a place where you become immortal. It usually took a very long time to achieve this state, and that's why there were only about 1,000 Nacals in comparison to the millions of Lemurians at the start of Atlantis. The first Atlantean to reach the immortal state was a man named Osiris. Ancient Egypt's mythology tells a story about Osiris, a man who was killed and cut up into pieces by his brother in an act of rage, and then the pieces were scattered. This event, perhaps less exaggerated than the myths, actually did happen, and it took place Atlantis. Osiris' wife and sister retrieved the pieces, and upon returning the final piece, they restored the creative energy flow and brought his spirit back into the body. Through doing this, Osiris became immortal, and he was the first immortal of Atlantis.
Confirmed.
This story is told throughout ancient Egypt on many temple walls, and I'm going to show you why.
Eternal
Osiris went
life.
through the 3 stages of consciousness. The first one was whole, the second was separated from itself, included physically, and the third was whole again. The Nacals used Osiris' understanding of how he became immortal as a template for how others could do it as well, only through consciousness, without needing to be cut up, of course. This eventually became what we would call the religion of Atlantis, but it was more of a deeper understanding that they were following. This template was also used in Egypt, which we will look at now. Through this stair-step evolution, we began to change from the first level of consciousness into the second. Before the fall, we had incredible memories. It wasn't this vague recollection that we have now, but today we might see it as full-tilt 3D holographic memory. After the fall, we still had a photographic memory and could share these experiences with each other, which is called dream time. This is what the Aborigines of Australia still have today. Through the introduction of
The Aborigines still have this today? You sure? Wait, hold on. The Aborigines still have photographic. They have like they can send dick pics through their mind, you know. They still have it today. No fucking way.
Right. We began to change from the first level of consciousness into the second. We lost our incredible memories and became very separate from each other and ourselves. Thoth was the one who introduced writing, and if you look at ancient Egyptian culture, it even says Thoth brought writing to us, as well as many other things. Now that we were in the second level, over time, things began to change, and a very serious problem developed, which if it hadn't been solved, it would have caused a major catastrophe in our own near future. Basically, in Egypt, the Ascended Masters had used Osiris' genetic coding of changing chromosomes to show others the path of ascension. They developed a system of 42 and 2 gods, with a lowercase g. They were actually called Neiters. Most will recognize this one. His name was Anubis. There were 42 and 2 Neiters, who were representative of human chromosomes. Each one of them showed a specific pathway of life or human experience, and people would follow these understandings to learn more about their life or their own reality. The problem developed when both Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt became more separated from themselves, and the meanings of these Neiters were lost. Over time, the drawings of these Neiters changed, and the meanings changed with them. People had no idea what they meant. Then, it got worse, when the Egyptian king Menes merged Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt into a unified country. Menes also merged the belief systems, so now you had 88 gods that people were fighting over to decide who was really God. This was an issue, because now they had people not knowing what to believe, completely lost, separated from their understanding of their own divinity and God. Things became separated further, people fought over which gods were really gods. Today, we look back and say, wow, they thought there were so many gods, when really, this wasn't the case at all. Even with the help from the Tat Brotherhood, we just couldn't get it right. There was one short period of Egyptian culture that most historians don't really understand. As it's written in ancient texts and hieroglyphs, for 17.5 years there was a bizarre new ruler that completely...
Most historians don't understand this, okay? Only 1% of historians understand it. This is like the ads you see, where they go... where they go. Only 1% of people can understand it.
He changed how Egypt was run, and his name was Akhenaten. Before him, there were only kings. Akhenaten was the first pharaoh, which meant that which you will become. He was also, believe it or not, 15 to 16 feet tall, at least that's how he was always depicted, and had an elongated skull. Both of these aspects are related to Christ consciousness. Akhenaten abolished all previous understandings of God and tried to instill
Again, don't confuse it with class consciousness.
God understanding in everyone.
Not the same thing.
After 17 years, the majority of Egyptians revolted and Akhenaten was killed, soon to be replaced by someone else, returning to the old system. What actually happened? To correct the problem, Thoth got the help from Ai and Tia, who were the first immortals from Lemuria, and got them to mate interdimensionally to conceive a Christ consciousness being. Thoth said that he worked with the previous kings of Egypt to help achieve this, and Egyptologists find that Akhenaten came completely out of nowhere. It took some time, and there was a transitional period involving Amenhotep III, but soon Akhenaten was on the throne. Akhenaten used his time to bring Egypt back to a simple religion where there was one god, one reality. He used imagery of a sun disk to represent this. The priests in Egypt didn't like that because the religious beliefs were centered on the priests. Then he comes along and says, you don't need priests, God is within you, and you can access God from within your own selves. Well, they didn't like that. He also pulled the military back and said, don't attack unless someone else attacks first. The military didn't like him either. Plus, the people generally didn't like him because they enjoyed worshipping their many gods. Eventually, they disposed of him. After all that, what did Akhenaten do that evidently saved humankind? Well, he developed the Mystery School, with the intention of showing a small group of humans a way to ascend into the immortal state. Usually, it took hundreds of years to reach the level of immortality, and Akhenaten had 17 years to produce results. This was a very close call, but he did it. He actually showed 300 individuals the path to immortality in this short time. So after the general population disposed of Akhenaten, these 300 immortals would go beyond Egypt.
EVE Online on Mac.
Personalize that,
Immerses you in a universe with thousands of star systems like never before.
You know you're fucked when the when the ad you get shown is not really different from the actual conspiracy video, and the ad is like for EVE Online. Unbelievable.
Thoth wrote in the Emerald Tablets that after ancient Egypt ended, he brought a man named Pythagoras into the Great Pyramid and taught him the geometry of the universe. That man then went on to found Greece, which was originally built upon schools for teaching geometry and the Platonic solids and all of that stuff. Thoth lived a lifetime here as well, where he was known as Hermes Trismegistus. Akhenaten's immortals became a group called the Essene Brotherhood. They first migrated to a place called Masada in Israel. Even today, Masada is known as the capital of the Essene Brotherhood. Now get this. In this brotherhood, there...
Guys, Masada mentioned. Let's go, wait.
Here as well, where he was known as Hermes Trismegistus. Akhenaten's immortals became a group called the Essene Brotherhood. They first migrated to a place called Masada in Israel.
Why they're showing IDF soldiers though? Why?
Even today, Masada is known as the capital of the Essene.
Like, no, it doesn't. Like, what?
Brotherhood. Now get this. In this brotherhood, there were two people in particular, a man and a woman. You might have heard of them. Mary and Joseph? See, it was part of the Ascended Master's plan that they would bring in a being who would show the pathway to Christ consciousness. He would come to Earth as a second-level being, a regular Joe, and achieve Christ consciousness through the course of his life. Then, the ascension process, the transitional experience from the second to third level, would go into the consciousness grid that was still being formed. He was able to transition because he was originally from these higher levels. That man is known today as Jesus, although his name at that time was Yahshua ben-Hur. If Yahshua had not shown up, we would not have had that ascension experience available to us today.
God.
None of us would be aware that these higher levels of understanding even
It's
existed,
all
and we would destroy
connected.
ourselves. According to what Thoth said, Mary and Joseph mated interdimensionally. Mary could have been a virgin physically, but she mated with Joseph in a way that would allow a soul from a higher reality to come down to Earth and have a human experience.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think I get it. I think I get it now. This is why Mary was a virgin, okay? She interdimensionally fucked with another one, with another person. What was that?
Mary could have been a virgin physically, and we would destroy ourselves. According to what Thoth said, Mary and Joseph mated interdimensionally. Mary could have been a virgin.
They fucked interdimensionally. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Physically, but she mated with Joseph in a way that would allow a soul from a higher reality to come down to Earth and have a human experience. Usually, this is impossible to do otherwise. Through Yahshua's work, he came here just like us, a total human being, but he went through these three important stages: final death, resurrection, and ascension, and gave us these experiences so that we could access them down the road. Now, as we all know, the story of Jesus has a missing piece. He was a child, disappeared for some time, and then showed up again when he was 30. In a book called The 18
Hey,
Absent
wait.
Years...
I was right. It was Jesus before.
Years of Jesus Christ?
My AirPods decided to...
The leading theories about where he went was...
Excuse me? This is my AirPods. Sorry, just a second. If I go...
Himalayan or Tibetan mountains, where he became...
Something got fucked with my AirPods. Just a second.
Became an enlightened guru.
Oh, wait. Okay. Wait. Okay. I think we're good.
He brought his teachings back to the world after that. If you remember from part 1, the Kundalini of the planet was residing in Tibet at that time. They were very spiritually adept people living there, and remain so today. Now, on the topic of Christ, there's something else I'd like to bring up, the Lord's Prayer. Today, we know this as the only prayer that Jesus taught, but did you know it's actually a geometric prayer meditation? A man named Bodhi McCoy spent over 20 years working with this prayer and analyzing it with sacred geometry, and has discovered something.
You imagine the sacred geometry, and the sacred geometry is the Star of David. Could you imagine?
Incredible synchronicities. In his book, Live the Promise, he explains how the original prayer, not the extended version mind you, has 7 segments or thoughts, which align perfectly with the 7 chakras, as well as the 7 original branches of yoga. Bodhi teaches how to do this prayer meditation, as well as meditations him and his wife have developed based on the Lord's Prayer, called heart dances. It's really quite incredible to see how it all works with the pure geometries of the universe. If you wish to learn more, check out livethepromise.net. If you study Christian religion and Egyptian religion, you'll actually find that they parallel in almost every way, except for the Egyptians' understanding of God. Most evidence shows that Christian religion came out of Egyptian religion, and then later they went back and discredited the Egyptians. Around 300 AD, there was a council called the Council of Nicaea, which was the syndication between the Roman political and religious authorities. Basically, the religious leaders and political leaders realized that they could unite and impose more influence on the people and control society through their unity. It's right around this time that we begin to see the manifestation of the New Testament, which was put together from scriptures and stories, some newer and some much older, which were renewed and superimposed on the life of Yahshua ben Hur, which today we know as Jesus of Nazareth. The term Christ actually stems back from much before the Bible. It comes from the word Christala, which is a word that derives from the original 7 core audible sounds of creation. When the creation of the universe occurred, the originals were Ka, Ra, Ya, Sa, Ta, Ha, La. Christla actually was broken down on earth into 2 words, Christ, which soon became Christ, and Hla, which became Allah, which were broken down and changed.
Oh my god. Guys.
Through oral
no
tradition.
way.
The symbol for Atlantis was 3 rings inside of the other. The inside were the Nacals, the middle ring were called Maya, and the outer ring were the Atlanteans. The Maya's job was communicating the messages from the inner circle out to the regular people of Atlantis. When Atlantis sank, the Maya took their knowledge, a crystal skull with memories of Atlantis, and their calendar, and went out to what today is called the Yucatan Peninsula, birthplace of the Mayan civilization. Their calendar is the most advanced,
Wait, do you think this video was before, like the... Do you remember that in 2012 everybody thought that the world would end? Do you think it's like before that due date? When was that? Hold on. It's before? Is he going to speak about it? Please, 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 please let it be the case. Please.
calendar on the planet, and it has its roots in Atlantis.
Please. Please.
My work is easy because I use
Fuck!
Quick. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done.
Okay.
Over the last few hundred years, a group of people have slowly monopolized the entire world into what it is now. Today, there are 13 families that are among the richest families in the world. They have their hands in next to every organization and government and control over 95% of the money. They control our modern world from the very tippy top. Today, we like to call them the Illuminati, except that's not really who they are. The word Illuminati means enlightened ones, which was established long ago as a secret society that was focused around expanding knowledge through scientific and spiritual understandings. Secret societies were not originally...
Wait! Okay.
Long ago as a secret society that was focused around expanding knowledge through scientific and spiritual understandings. Secret societies were not originally bad, but rather consisted of those who just kind of got it. They understood information that the average person at that time would not accept and demonize. These societies had to be kept a secret because of the control that the church had and refuted against what they wanted to explore. This is where Freemasonry originally comes from. If you do the research on the time periods, what probably happened was that the church, who had the majority of the control at the time, probably infiltrated some of these organizations to make sure that they were not creating plans to expose information and destroy the world order that they had created. This led to the church exposing some of the societies as devil worship and blasphemous, and fear of these groups rose. Over time, many secret societies branched off by those who were corrupt or previously infiltrated by the church, and gained more control through the church and large organizations that were being established. Today, there exist 13 families around the world who pretty much own the world, with over 95% of the money and a lust for greed, power, and control. More and more information has become present lately that many of these families may have DNA that is different than the rest of the human population. It is speculated that they share DNA that was passed down from the Martian race or other species races. They contain no love or emotion and are completely power-driven. This brings us to the end of the human history story for spirit science, but of course, it's not really the end. For one, we've only really scratched the surface of discussing many of these topics. Secret societies, for example.
Guys, we only scratched the surface. This video is 59 minutes long, and we only scratched the surface. Okay?
Would take another 2 or 3 lessons to really get into.
Oh my
Plus,
god.
the human history story won't end because we're still living it, and what happens next is ultimately up to you. This story, while seemingly unbelievable and at times outrageous, does explain a lot. Think about it. We've covered the Bermuda Triangle, the face on Mars, Jesus, what the Egyptians were doing, the rise of Greece, pretty much most modern religions, the reason we popped up out of nowhere 6,500 years ago, the stair-step evolution of those cultures, and the story of Atlantis, which has been elusive to us at the best of times. It also explains the Great Pyramids and their connection to all of the sacred sites on the planet, the Sumerian tablets, the Emerald tablets, Lucifer, and as for the Hebrews, if you read their Talmud, it actually seems to suggest that they're not from here. I'm not going to tell you to believe it, but it definitely puts some perspective.
Guys. Jewish space laser confirmed.
On many questions and aspects about the world, which we generally just don't have conclusive answers to. Take it with a grain of salt, though. After all, it is just a theory.
Wait, wait. It caught me by surprise. All of this was just a theory? All of it was just a theory? Why did he speak like it's like a well-known thing? All of it was just a theory. Why did you say so? Wait, written, voice acting, and animation by Jordan Dutchenix. Check out the comments. Yes, I will surely check out the comments. Fuck me. Hold on. Space Jews are great, but I think tantric inner dimension sex meditation is an overlooked gem. Oh my god. It's so funny to me that it seems like so many of us have rediscovered this video in adulthood after for some reason watching it as kids. I didn't. 8-year-old me watching this whole thing with no ability to think actually critically yet. Lamau. Oh my god. I didn't see it at 8-year-old. This is a certified schizoid classic. And we're back 14 years later and it's clearer than ever. Oh my god, why? Crazy how different we thought it was versus what was happening and especially who's behind it. Oh my god. It's all three Abrahamic faiths. The presence of Judaism during Roman rule and the oppression of working class led to the rise of Christianity and the emergence of all these new religious movements. I love Shintoism though, it's so wholesome. Okay. Hold on. Timestamp. Keep an open mind about this because there is a very little proof for what I'm about to say. You are about 41 minutes late for this disclaimer. How did I miss it? This video is nearly an hour long, but it only takes him 7 minutes and 26 seconds to start talking about space Jews. Exactly. Exactly. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Aristotle. Bro, what was I smoking when I was 12 years old? Oh my god, people were watching this at 12 years old? I mean, to be fair, I don't think I knew enough English to even try to understand it, but damn. This is what... You saw it as a kid, really? That's how I remember it. Yeah, to be fair, this is not the stuff I was watching at 12 years old. My English was not that good. I don't think so. I think I watched mostly Hebrew stuff here. Hold on. This is what happens when you mix weapons-grade LSD with Scientology. True, true. This entire video is having a mental breakdown while holding a pen. Well, this explains why Elon Musk wants to go to Mars, the man wants to go back home. Oh my god, this is a quote from the video, right? God damn it. I'm working on a drinking game for this. Hold on, hold on. So far, the rules I've thought are to drink every time Thoth is mentioned, anytime nonchalantly mentions something for the first time, as if everyone knows what it is. This one might be too numerous. He mentions something insane sounding and then says, but there is no time to get into that now. This is we should have done that. We should have done that. A drinking game. My mind at 12 a.m. Hey, remember that one trippy video about the history of humankind you watched back in 4th grade? Oh my god! No way! Thank you, Jordan. I used to be the type of person who believed in sacred geometry and crystal magic. Then I saw Space Jews and realized how loony it was. The video saved me. Oh my god. Isn't this the plot of Neon Genesis of a... Okay, I don't know. Sorry. Not my thing. Okay, alright. All of you kids commenting. I was 27 when I first saw this video while sleeping on my mother's couch. I mean, what? I bought a van and left seeking Lemuria. I made it 2,500 miles to Mount Shasta found nothing except angry townfolk and some stray cats. Drove to the next mountain, also found stray cats and people that didn't want people looking for Lemurians on their property. So I ended up in Portland looking for some answers. I ended up having a kid with somebody almost 8 years ago. So maybe I found Lemuria, and maybe y'all should have open mind when watching the video, because it's 100% true history. Trust me, bro. Okay. Not the best comment. Hey guys, Space Drews here. Space Drew here, sorry. Today I'd like to talk about how I had to teleport my ass here, apparently because I failed Jew school. Me when I failed Jew school. Exactly. Well, as long as Todd said it, then it must be true. Nobody. The bowling alley screen when you got a strike. Oh my god. Oh my god. Good one. Does anyone else find that video help with their insomnia as well? I don't know, it helps me quit thinking about real things, and it helped me relax. Why oh my god, everybody's clowning on him. I was expecting like lunatics, you know. This is the best anime ever. Exactly. I once recreated the pyramids of Giza using Lego blocks for the first grade art project. Maybe I'm a Martian space Jew. You are. It's pretty entertaining story until you realize he actually believes all of it. This would make sweet RPG storyline in a game. I don't think so. I'm not a gamer, again. I don't think so. This is way too complicated. This is insane. All of those who think citations are needed just haven't got her then their kundalini to rise to their 38th chakra, awakening them to trust the 42nd dimension. Get on my level, scrub lords. Xenogear RPG has a plotline as insane. If you say so. Again, not really my stuff. I was a gaming cuck, actually, because I'm not good at video games, and it's not really interesting to me. But like, I used to watch my friends like play, you know, like the usual stuff like FIFA and stuff. But I used to actually sit next to them and watch them do that. Would you call that like a video game cuck? A video gaming cuck. This is like extra credit for crazy people. Extra credits, okay? Unironically, one of the best pieces of science fantasy ever written. I want to run TTRPG campaign in this setting, lol. Doctor, you have 59 minutes and 6 seconds to live. Me, no way. So are we just gonna not talk about tantric interdimension sex meditation? Cool. Being unironically into this channel for the deep sci-fi lore. I mean, yeah. If you're into this sort of stuff, yeah. Obviously. This video scrambled my noggin in 5th grade. Wow, oh my god. It radicalized so many people in 5th grade. LSD's hell of a drug. Hey, I'm a space Jew, and I just want to say that all of this is 100% true. The imagination required to make this video is a lot. Have to admit it. Yeah. You can't. This is what I said. This is like an actual schizo person. You actually have to believe this stuff. You actually have to... Like, the amount of effort you have to put into this video is insane. Insane. I just wrapped in on my spaceship, the Millennium Menorah. Today, I'll be discussing the future of this planet with the Illuminati Council all week, so feel free to ask me some questions while I'm here. Hold on. Are you killing Martians? This comment made my day. Are you guys the reason behind all Star Wars? Palpatine is not only the Senate, but space Jews. Okay, sorry. Wait. Which bank will you give me more benefits? Can you see the future so you can tell me where to put my money? Good one. Reply, you cruel being. I think you know how to make from... Okay, Jeffrey Epstein. We want to know. Do you listen to the Offspring? Okay. I'll definitely be using this the next D&D session. Yeah, exactly. Golden material right here. Okay, here it is, the Greater Kingdom Hearts Chronicles. Scientists. And I would have gotten with telling people with telling people we evolved if it wasn't for these meddling space Jews. I feel like something is lost here, but okay. This manages to be peak fiction whilst be 100% serious in its intention. Jesus Christ. I just burped out loud, really loud. I just burped out loud, really loud. Did I open my 9 tails chakra? This video combined every major religion and Scientology into one mega story. Not sure if this video is a major troll or op, just hallucinating stuff. OP, sorry. Oh my god, fuck me. Fuck me, dude, actually. Oh my god. I think I am going to finish up soon. I do have to get up in the morning. I have actual work. Let's do... Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. But I think we should realize that we watched the whole thing. Like, this is a big thing. We watched the whole thing. Didn't you mean space? No, I have to go to space work with my space boss. All of them are Jewish. I work in space. Okay? The work is in space. Who has the worst monitoring? Okay. We're watching my algorithm now. Okay. Everything is like... It's like my algorithm is so fucked. Because I have so many... Wait, is the Merkava a tank or a ship? No, it's a tank. It's an actual tank. Like, say, here. Wait. We'll pull up the meme again. Hebrew, sorry. Tank, Merkava, Siman, Arba. Fuck, it's not Hebrew. Sorry. Oh my god, again? Meme. Meme. Here's the meme, okay?
No, it's not always about the ooh.
Can you use the Merkava tank to defend Earth from interdimensional aliens with the consciousness grid? Consciousness grid? I mean, you could, but I much rather prefer to do interdimensional sex with a Merkava tank, you know, with my inner Merkava tank. I think, like watch this girl. She's all about it.
Or the Oni-chan. Sometimes it's just about the...
One of my favorites. Tal Merkava Siman Arba. Mark II, probably. Mark IV. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah. It's a good tank. I have no idea, but if it's a good tank or not, but it's supposed to be. Guys, this YouTube channel is insane. Wait. This is a 1.5 minutes long video.
Hey, Spirit family.
Spirit science in every major language. okay?
I've got some thrilling news to share with you today. Spirit Science is officially being dubbed in not just one, nor two, but 11 different languages. Hooray! These are Japanese, Mandarin, Arabic, Portuguese, Spanish, Hindi, Italian, Russian, German, French, and Korean.
No space Hebrew? Bro, what the fuck? No space Hebrew?
Folks, this means that Spirit Science is now more accessible than ever before and is going to be able to reach people around the world.
Imagine it being much more accessible to people around the world. This is, oh my god. Imagine.
Your native tongues. If you or someone you know in these countries speaks one of these languages natively, and especially hasn't ever been able to enjoy Spirit Science in English, please share it with them. The magic of Spirit Science can now be enjoyed so much closer to home all around the world. Our goal has always been to bridge the gap.
Wait. You think the most views, oh fuck. You think the most views, popular. The most popular one is this. I think you know that. But insane. Wait, does it have like a funny language though?
ואני עומד כבר על כמעט 20,000. הכנסתי 25-30 אלף שקל, זה היה בחופש הגדול.
בחופש הגדול? Wait.
Over the last few thousand years, we have warped.
Playback speed, sleep timer, subtitle. Voice load? No. Wait, so alright, let's just as a quick thing. Oh my god, an hour-long video. Fuck me. This explains God. Do you want the sources? Like the source is a crack pipe, man. I don't want to smoke crack. Not now. Maybe later, you know. Wait, you think one of these are dubbed? I'm not going to watch the whole thing, okay? Oh fuck. Actual AI slop. Wait. There is Space Hebrew. Hold on. Let's watch. I'll let you know if it's good or not. She's crying. In fact, if you don't understand Hebrew, right?
מיהו ומדוע הוא כל כך... ישוע המשיח. מיהו ומדוע הוא כל כך חשוב בעולם כיום. ישוע עשוי להיות אחד המסתורין הגדולים ביותר עבור אנשים מסוימים.
Okay, this is a bad dub. This is a bad dub.
כמשמעו התגלמות מלוא האל. עבור אחרים הוא מעולם לא היה קיים. גם הראיות...
This is like very AI sounding, like Siri speaking in Hebrew, which, I mean, like ChatGPT speaks Hebrew pretty good, like with the accent and stuff. He can do a lot of things. Hold on. Let's see if it's just the Hebrew one. Let's see. Let's see the German one. I think I can.
Sind ebenfalls seltsam, da sie sowohl selbstverständlich als auch nicht existent erscheinen, was gelinde gesagt paradox ist. Ist es nicht an der Zeit, dass diese Art von Fragen über Jesus beantwortet werden? Besonders wenn es die Frage der Beziehung zwischen...
Something about the voice, it has like very low quality. It's not very good quality voice. I mean, if we want it to be very accessible to people all around the world, this is not the way. Nope. You'll have to put in the time. You know what? I'll dub it. Make the connection. I'll dub it. Druvalo Melchizedek was the author. If that's a joke, I don't get it, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my god, the Hebrew sounded so bad. And it was feminine though. Why? Was the English version feminine too? Like the actual one?
As you might expect, this conversation is a very sensitive
history
movie, and in it discussed the coming of Jesus. his birth, death, and
He wrote the sources of the video. I think wait, I got it. We talked about AI before. Like, this is AI. This is why their product, like everything here is AI. Unfortunately. This is why they don't pull the same views again. Probably. This is AI. This is slop. Unsubscribe. Hold on. What is this?
The ancient secret of the flower of life.
Occult library. 1 year ago. This is the source of everything in that video. No way. The ancient. Oh my God. Wait. So, Druvaldo Melchizedek. Who's that guy? Wait. Wait, comments. Many thanks. May your Merkaba spin with love. Jesus. I was at the bookstore and saved the book that morning. The title book of Sacred Geometry. Later that day, while reading this oh my God, what happened with me? Later that day, while reading this in video, the book tells you about the book I saved by it. That's how. Yes. Sorry. Are we good? We're still good, right? Yeah, we're still good. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yes, thank you. It was Peter, not Thomas, that took their eyes off the Messiah. Okay. Guys, it wasn't Peter. It was Peter, sorry. What do you want, AnyDesk? Wait, okay, fine. Whatever. Cool. Okay, never mind. Are we still good? Yes? Okay, video working. Cool. So the comments here are from actual lunatics, right? You wouldn't listen to a 8 hours 43 minutes. Oh fucking God. Imagine listening to it while like washing the dishes. Imagine. Could you imagine? Fuck me. Occult library. Imagine you go to somebody and you go, yeah, I'm listening to this really good audiobook. I think you should give it a try, man. And he goes, yeah, man, what are you listening to? Well, I'm listening to The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, Volume 1 by Druvaldo Melchizedek. Oh my God, fuck me. 200 is fuck me. Welcome to the Occult Library. Fuck this. Wait, what is the most popular one? 46K? No way. Voyagers Part 1 by Ashayana Dean. Full audiobook. 11 hours. Fuck me. Could you imagine the money he's making on it? Insane. The Bhagavad Gita is it. Oh my God. Is it just me, or are all of these words nonsense, like actual nonsense, and are designed to not be pronounceable, like you can't pronounce them? The Bhagavad Gita as it is, full audiobook. Great, awesome. The Secret Wisdom of Tuti by Malachi Z. York. Guys, Space Jew. Space Jew, confirmed. Malachi. York, okay. The Book of Thoth, Egyptian Tarot, by Alistair. Jesus Christ. I want to know the secret. Me too, brother. Me too. We all want to know. We have some unanswered questions we need to answer. We need to answer some unanswered questions. Wait, do you think they're the type of... No, hold on. I thought they're the type of YouTube channel that keeps their subscribed like visible. So I thought maybe there are some gems here, but no, that's a shame. That's an actual shame. Okay. Do you have do we have like a quick nonsense type thing we want to watch, or do you want me? We can watch like a, I don't know. I've seen like an LTT video that I would have watched if we finish the stream, but I do need to get to bed, like to go to bed soon. I have hundreds of quick nonsense videos, like an actual quick one though. I'm open to it, but an actual quick one though, like under 15 to 20 minutes on like 1.5 speed. Pull one up. Let's go. I'm watching this I'm watching this one. You can pull whatever you want. I'll show it.
Some people spend so much on their PC hardware that when it comes time to buy a monitor, you know, the thing that you actually look at when you're working or gaming, they only have enough budget left for a Facebook Marketplace special. But hey, if you're one of those people, don't feel bad. Even we have been guilty of falling for this classic blunder. But there is a solution. We are singling...
Hold on. We have a link in chat. Perfect closer, thanks. Hold on. L. Ron Hubbard sings thank you for listening. Yes, yes. Full volume. Yeah. I you're right. I should have known. Like I should have told. I know who is L. Ron Hubbard.
Thank you for listening. I write just for you, but others hearing this may find things they would argue. I do not sing what I believe, I only give them fact. If they believe quite otherwise, it still will have impact. But truth is truth, and if they then decide to live with lies, that's their concern, not mine, my friend. They're free to fantasize.
Wait. The fade out, the famous fade out. The spectacular new hit album of Scientology trademark songs. Scientology trademark, okay? Wait. L. Ron Hubbard sings excuse me? Ian Voigt, thank you for listening. The lyrics, okay. Let's ask a question. Can I though? Who is L. Ron Hubbard? Wait, it's only about the transcript? God damn it. Fuck this. That was really him saying, yeah, I could. He's the guy that I know who it is. For some reason, like when I hear his voice, I go like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, like it makes sense that this guy sounds like this. I think I heard like a recording of him sometime, probably in a Scientology, like a video about Scientology type stuff. He sounds like a grifter. You know what? He sounds. Just a second. His voice reminded me of the, just a second. How do I go this? Internet historian. I just don't remember the guy he's speaking about. He sounds like this guy. Yeah.
Baby, look at...
Just a second. He sounds like this guy.
Billboard was put up. Then another ever.
Excuse me.
On dating.
This time, it's
wait.
Give him a chance.
I looked at all the scientific data I could find, like carbon-14 dating.
They all look. They all sound the same. Why do they always look? They always Why do they always sound the same?
Argon dating.
This time, it's different.
By the way,
camping.
Is actual good one. This is a good video, by the way. So go ahead and watch it. Boomer grifter archetype. They're like they're not even boomers. I think are they boomers though? Like if I want to be really pedantic, but they are not. Like they are much older, right? They all sound the same. This is, you know what? Let's do a comparison.
Wrong, but wait, give him a chance.
I looked at all the scientific data I could find. Like
okay. Then, wait, where was it? L. Ron Hubbard sings whatever.
Are listening. I write just for you.
They sound exactly the same.
This may find things they would argue.
Sound exactly the same. Confirmed. L. Ron Hubbard and this fucking lunatic, which I think died, by the way. They sound exactly the same. I mean, L. Ron died also, so. RIP. R.I.P. GG. So, it involves sacred geometries. Yeah, this is, by the way, if you're the type of person who watched the other, like the long one we watched, like the spirit of the word, like the thing we watched before, you've probably seen this one. Is exactly the same. This is the exact same. He's the exact same. Insane. He actually used to have like a radio show or something. Okay. So, guys. By the way, Songu. How do you pronounce your name though? I don't want to be impolite because I don't know why, but I'm having problems pronouncing it. So, how do you want to be called? no right way to pronounce it. But I feel like song is weird. Like if I call you song, oh, you know what? Fine, we'll call you song. Songorku. Songorku. Okay. You know what? Fine. I think I'll be here tomorrow also, same time. It's nighttime here, pretty late. I have to go. Okay, peace out. I'll see you probably tomorrow, maybe the day after. It was hella fun. Hella fun. I had so much fun. And yeah, like, good night to me. But wait, what time is it in the States right now? What time is it in the States right now? I don't know. Anyway, peace out. See you tomorrow or the day after. Probably tomorrow though.